last session you left Mona and made your way out to a Z. Z? Yeah, I think a Z. Where you debated between going to the planet Rainalati and scavenging in some of the towers left behind, or going and running a heist on Union, because they've been scavenging a lot of the stuff left behind, and just stealing the stuff that they've collected. You decided first to go to the planet, and have spent a week down there at a tower over which Chi Shin was seen, in a tower which Chi Shin oversaw and managed, and rolled quite high on that. And you also had a small little crisis with Vicky, who was not only avoiding her ship work, this time by permission, but was also avoiding the two people most in charge of hiring and firing, at least for her, Doug and Elise. Finally caught up to her, found out that she was avoiding Doug and Elise, and stilled her worried heart by finally telling her that no, Doug was not planning on letting her go. And that by moving on...
Now you've been avoiding me.
She can't sweat anymore, Meowkin. She can't.
Now that she's so anxious she can't sleep.
And instead intimating that there might be more interesting work for her. Along the lines of the project she's working on for Percy, and that Doug has now recruited her into working on for Rakana's piloting aid thing. Visualizer.
Metaspace visualizer.
Metaspace visualizer, yes.
Holonet display. Close enough. Same thing.
Yeah, the pilot thing.
Yeah.
The thing that will increase her powers speed even further. God help us all.
And make it safer, right?
I hope so.
That's Doug's thinking. I don't think that's what Kana's thinking.
Yeah, I don't remember that being part of the discussion, but I hope so.
It'll make certain kinds of jumps safer.
The thing is, it'll make things safer, which will make Kana more comfortable doing riskier jumps.
It's always the way it goes.
So it's like if we were making the same jumps as we already are, it would be safer, right? But that means that Kana can take it to the next level.
All right, and I'm going to start off with, well, a small caveat reminder that you probably don't need. You know that I already tinker with some of the kind of subsystem mechanics that I've designed for this campaign. The salvaging in particular is one that I've tinkered with a lot. Project also. I'm happy with where projects are at. But salvaging, you guys have tread a fairly even line with regard to doing salvaging and doing other things that interest you. And I feel like you've actually been doing things about the ideal way, like not salvaging too much and just kind of grinding and not ignoring it. And I think that that's a great baseline for kind of taking a step back and looking at where you are and where I think you should be after almost 50 sessions. And I want your salvaging experiences to be more rewarding, but I also don't want to upset the universe with, oh goodness, we can just go spend a week out here and become billionaires. So
I trust your ability to give us interesting challenges if we're billionaires.
That is one consideration, is that not everyone can come out and do the things that you do at the very, very rich and valuable sites that you do. but I still want to give a little bit more. And so I'm testing out a targeted salvaging thing where if you want to target a specific system that you're repairing, you can basically say, be at a relevant site. Like if you're wanting to salvage, repair weapons, then you have to be somewhere with weapons, like one of these pods of fighter ships out in the area. Why is there no music? Let me fix that real quick because that's distracted me. Ozzy music. And with targeting, you're going to get crap for sellable salvage, but you get up to 4 times the spare parts for that system. So, as an example, you guys rolled a 6,000 for this tower, and that would be, I'd let you put that towards, oh, it's not playing music because I didn't actually switch the scene, I just switched my page. Okay. Sorry. I would let you put that towards whichever system you want to upgrade, and just say that, hey, this was a coincidentally adaptive salvage site. So if you guys want to forego the ability to really sell anything that you get as far as the spare parts, then you can turn that 6,000 into 24,000 towards one of those systems you're trying to repair.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Right.
So basically, so that it's feasible for us to repair, because we need so many freaking spare parts. It makes it feasible for us to actually get to 100% repaired without giving us a means of making money.
Without breaking the universe's economy, but also, yes, without giving you a means to make billions and billions easily.
So basically we get a fucktillion parts instead of money.
Yeah, because I mean, spare parts are basically tradable.
Yeah.
It's basically parts that are only specifically useful for our use case.
Yeah.
No, that seems extremely worth it.
I think it's the idea, the logic, right?
Yeah, you're tearing through and throwing away things that don't really help you as you look for very specific things for your needs.
Mm-hmm.
And
like
it's not
that would kind of classify as spare parts, but
it would be, if we were to classify it, would be there's a word for it, bespoke spare parts.
Yeah, no, that works. Bespoke spare parts.
And the excess isn't actually lost. So like if you took 24,000, if you did this for the tower here, took 24,000, and you only needed 20,000 for the spike drive, and you're like, we're doing a spike drive, that 4,000 extra isn't lost, but it becomes parts junk, which is worth quite a lot less than parts astronautic.
Okay.
Makes sense.
So we would need to so like, where are the notes on? I know we have notes somewhere on how many. Wait, hang on a second.
There are. Let me send them out.
I don't think I have a total for the spare parts that we need.
Mm-hmm. I think that's why I just don't know.
It's not super hard to work out though, right? 10,000 for a small gun, 22.5 for the big, 20 for the drive, plus whatever oversized mounting needed.
Yeah.
So it's like 60,000, 62.
Right. Yeah.
62.5 plus whatever oversized mounting is overall.
Yeah.
Oversized mounting shouldn't cost spare parts. That should be components only. Yeah.
Yeah, it quite possibly is. I just don't remember.
Yeah. I should have just thrown a couple of handouts up in your face there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
yeah. I see it, yeah.
And if you're doing something that has that you've got multiples of, like the phased charge cannons, it's not going to be just one cannon. Oh, we got 24,000 parts, bespoke parts, and we can do one cannon. You'd be able to
roll them over to the next one.
Yeah. And you don't lose anything if you can't get the full, like it'd be 10, 10, and then 4,000 towards the next one.
Yeah. Wait, so we could use those, like, so if we've got bespoke spare parts, we could put the like get both cannons and then put the remaining 4,000 towards, say, the med spatial hypercharge cannon?
No, it'd all have to be the
Okay, that's
same
what I thought.
thing. Yeah.
Target.
Okay, it's just because you talked about like spending 10 and then going on to the next one. I'm like, that's
No,
strange.
it's
Is
because
that
they're the same
Okay, yeah.
thing.
so?
Yeah.
It's if we had a third phase charge cannon, that makes sense.
In your cycle here,
Okay,
it
we
really
do-
only applies to the phased charge cannon.
Wait, no, we do have the. We do have the.
We do have 3, but we already
Yeah,
fixed
but
it.
well,
Right,
yeah,
yeah,
one's
yeah,
already repaired.
Okay.
Makes sense.
So yeah, you'd lose 4,000 spare parts that get turned into junk,
See,
and
here's
are
the thing.
really not worth carrying.
See, here's the thing, right? If we have 24,000 spare parts that all need to be assigned to the same category of thing, then the most efficient way to do it with the least waste is to fix the metaspatial hypercharge cannon.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ignore my maniacal cackling.
Yeah, because effectively we've got three categories. We've got the 20,000, the 20,000, and the 22,500.
That we
Yep.
want to. We need to spend more than. So what we need? We needed. We didn't want to do the drive 6 yet because that identifies this as the Raza, right?
It does, yeah.
So
that-
we should,
that's
we
fine.
should have
That
weapons first.
That's correct, but we do have all the pre-tech that we need for the metaspatial hypercharge cannon, as far as I can tell.
I think we pretty much had all the pre-tech we needed for anything.
Yeah.
We
No,
were
there
pretty
was.
close.
No, we
There's,
still
there's
needed
not much left.
We need for
One
everything altogether. I'd have to look, but we needed 1 more computing and 2 more conversion currently.
I was gonna say there was one category we needed 2 more of.
Yeah.
But yeah,
we were
I
pretty
am down,
close.
I am down to get like 1,500 parts of junk and a fixed metaspatial hypercharge cannon. Like,
Yeah.
if anyone comes after us trying to start shit in ship combat, just we'll just hit them with the 2d20 damage. It's fine. They can't even try.
Rolls 2 1s.
Shush.
I'm fine with that, and I love the in character thing. It's just like we're coming here looking to fix the the phase charge cannons, and it's like we just keep coming across parts. It's like, dude, this would be perfect for the this would be perfect for the
Yeah.
big gun.
Yeah, just like
Yeah.
20,000 instances of man, this would help with the big gun. Now, Dix, my question to you is this: I'm pretty sure warrior class ability doesn't work for ship weapons, right?
It absolutely does.
Oh,
You can't make a ship attack, ship weapon attack on your ship miss, but you can make
Yeah.
one of your ship weapon attacks hit. Only
yeah.
if you're the gunner, though.
yeah.
Very situational. Quick question.
Mhm.
Can an individual warrior not in a ship make a ship to ground weapon attack miss?
No. Because at that
Okay.
point, it's basically an environmental effect of crater.
Yeah, at some point it stops being an attack and starts just being physics.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can't move the physics 5 feet to the side.
You absolutely can move it 5 feet to the side. Unfortunately for you, it's bigger than
Not
5
really
feet.
enough.
Dang.
Yeah.
I tried.
I will throw in my
Yeah.
usual caveat, though, that it's going to depend on the situation. There may be a scenario where I am firing some ship weapons at you for some reason, and it's
Why would you do something?
and it's in such a small scale or in such a scenario that I'm like, yeah, okay, you can make this auto miss. So-
I'm not making a serious bid for it.
No.
It's like 99% a joke.
Fair enough.
That 1% chance.
Now I'm gonna have to
also-
manufacture that scenario.
I am also not making a bid for it because it is still also a joke. But
I
the
will make it not a joke.
but the metaspatial hypercharge cannon is possibly the biggest, funnest gun that we will ever see. I suppose Big Fun Gun doesn't work on it.
It does not.
Nice try that.
Nice try, though.
Guaranteed hit and 40 damage. Yeah. L plus ratio plus skill issue plus hit plus 40 damage. Plus can't bypass it with a catastrophe. Oh, imagine the possibilities. Hey, if I can make it land, I could still roll 2 nat 20s back to back.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we will also have Kwana in charge of whichever phase charge can we're firing first in the salvo, because she's more likely to hit, and then the other shots are more likely to track that.
That's right. I forgot I gave her that.
Yeah. Yeah, so just, like, the other two will get a bonus after the first one, and she gets a bonus on the first one. It works out perfectly.
Actually, I must not have updated her with that.
Yeah, what's she got?
Do you remember? Do you remember when that happened?
When what happened?
You guys upgraded Koana at some point, and I must not have.
Yeah, it was after the war games.
Okay.
Because she showed herself surprisingly well as a leadership figure, and we went, okay then.
Mm-hmm. Koana. Yeah. I just didn't. I've got it in my my document. I just did not translate that over to the sheet, which I'll do right now. Oops. Okay. All right. So it sounds like you're choosing to target for the big gun.
I think so. Yeah. Ironically enough, I do think the two smaller guns might actually be more damage overall, because it's about the same average damage. D20 and 3d6 is about the same average, and they would have a better attack bonus between them, like because they synchronise with the first gun. And it does mean that we would have more spare parts to sell. But
you can only use the attack on your warrior special on one attack.
Would be nice to be able to get a missing one, get like the second one to auto hit, or put me on first and Quan a second. But most importantly, a lot less dice that I need to roll good to get stupid damage with a metaspatial hypercharge cannon.
I'm good either way there.
Yeah, I think the cannon's the most efficient way. I see the cannon.
They're all cannons.
I mean, especially for given the fire guns thing as well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know,
did we have?
Because it like one hypercharge cannon is 2d20, but two phase charge cannons is like 2 lots of 3d6 keep the highest and then double it.
Yeah. Wait, hold up. Why is it 3d6 keep highest?
Oh.
During a fire guns action, if multiple PCCs hit the same target, the highest damage rolled among all hits.
We actually only.
Yeah.
It's a little bit moot.
So we've got 3 of them. If we've got 3 of them and we fire them all at the same target, and they all hit.
We've only got one conversion component currently, because we found one during salvage.
Coming up.
So it's only one. So we can only repair one cannon, so it might as well be the big cannon.
Right,
yeah. See,
right, that's what we need the conversion for.
I guess.
Yeah. Okay, so
each weapon requires one.
New priority, get the conversion part and then come back here. Nah, we can quite anywhere, just as long as we roll good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we put all of this towards the metaspatial hypercharge cannon.
Did we miss anything else for that? That was.
I think so.
Oh, last note here. I got caught up in the excitement. So tentatively, target salvaging also basically strips that site.
Okay, that's fair. So we wouldn't even be able to get like normal salvage that we just tossed aside this time.
I'm still gonna give like the bonus fines. For in this one, you've got 3 bonus fines. One for spending a full week here, one for rolling 14+ on the yield roll, and one for having a knowledgeable guide, Chishin. So you'll still get those things, but it's basically just like the site is stripped out. Technically, somebody could come here and salvage bits and pieces that are valuable for their survival, but not valuable enough for your time.
Okay,
I guess I could better represent that by just making it a big friction hit instead of just purely stripped out.
Yeah, I feel like that makes sense, because like, are we destroying stuff if we decide it's not useful to us?
Yeah, you are. You're actually ripping apart things that could have been valuable as, you know, generic spare parts to get to the bespoke parts that are, you know, contained
Yeah,
within.
it's like we could dismantle this system that's in the way, but it's much faster to just smash it.
I also think of it like
Okay.
destroying a microwave to get to the one thing that makes the microwave function.
Okay, yeah, so it's
Mm.
like smashing a microwave for the heating element rather than taking it apart for all the different parts. Okay, that
Yeah.
makes sense. In that case, it works either way.
Do you think? Well, what do you guys think that you prefer? Do you want, like, say, a +5 friction, or is that basically just say to you as players the same as it's stripped out? Don't bother.
I feel like it. Well, it depends because like the big frick, like either of them means that we are unlikely to, for example, do this in Muran or Cash Cow unless different parts of the system count differently.
They would.
Which I suppose make for a different. Yeah, okay.
For example,
Yeah.
the Fairtenero would be like 5 or 6 different salvage sites.
Okay. Yeah. No. In that case, it doesn't matter because like, are we actually likely to hit the same place twice?
Probably not.
Yeah, I feel like the stripped out is cleaner. I just didn't want it to feel like it was too punitive.
Mm.
That
Yeah.
seems okay. We're not likely to come back anyway if it's a big penalty when there's an entire sector of interesting places we can make trouble. I mean, go salvaging.
That was another consideration, is that, you know, it encourages moving on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool. All right, I'll keep it like that then.
Mhm.
And let me ask you for your final decision: is it the big cannon or is it the small cannons?
Well, you can only repair one cannon at all, so unless we found a conversion component. So that's what I was saying. It's kind of decisions made for us there.
Yeah, I think let's aim for the big cannon, and then if we happen to look into a conversion component some fucking how, then we will think about going somewhere else to get bits for small cannons.
I'm
Yeah,
allowing you to take this information into your consideration because you have Chi-Shin as a guide. That lightning rod is definitely going to yield a conversion.
Um,
Okay, so we could do. So that does mean that we could do the two smaller cannons.
We could do the PCCs, yeah.
Sorry to make the decision more difficult.
No, I mean I could really go either way. It doesn't.
I still feel like the big cannon sends a message. You know, like, oh, you have a salvo of small guns. What shit? 2d20 be upon you. Is much more likely to scare someone off.
Mm.
Not to mention the AB-20.
Exactly. You're like, oh, armor? Oh, that's cute.
Yeah. I actually think the I was gonna say I think that the inability to negate the hit with the crisis is the biggest thing there.
Yeah.
You force upon them the crisis of your ship blows up.
Yeah, you force upon them the crisis of 2d20 damage that all but goes through their armor. I mean, like, look at us. We are supposedly a noticeably advanced ship, so much so that we managed to recruit Myokin and Shadow basically by going, "Hey, what if we ship?" And we only have 15 armor.
Yeah.
Like, I know we're not built for armor, but still. And it's also a much better beneficiary for Percy's automatic hit ability than were the little cannons.
Mm.
Because, like, sure, that they are providing a potential hit bonus and higher damage roll to the other cannons, but, like, individually they have less punch, and therefore individually the class ability is worthless. You know, this is going to wind up being a complete non-question, I think, because we're going to salvage more stuff and get more guns before we get into a ship battle, probably. We've made it this far.
Yeah.
I don't know. We are looking at a smash and grab, right?
You are looking at a smash and grab.
Sure,
Yeah.
and then we decide from here instead.
Oh wait, but we still need to basically have downtime before we actually we can actually apply the repairs, don't we?
Yeah.
We can still do both.
You can have crew. You've got enough crew on your ship that they can be working on some repairs while you've got yourself and other crew salvaging.
Mm.
Advantages of having more crew.
Absolutely.
Where would we be going after this?
I still want
does it involve going through the graveyard?
I still want to stop by March again, because we haven't touched base with Cassian in a while. I feel like we should probably tell him to refocus his efforts on getting Android, without telling him that we have an infodrive. It's another chance to corrupt Zoe, and with this in mind, we could probably borrow the shipyard again. Hopefully, maybe.
Okay.
And also, you know, there's the whole, like, link between Cassian and Rajuan thing, buying information. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
I think that works out that we will end up going through the graveyard. So
Believe so. Believe so.
maybe it makes sense to do this here, get the big gun,
Mhm.
do the parts more efficiently.
Yeah.
And then maybe find somewhere in the graveyard that's got fightery type things and steal some guns there and see if we can fix the cannons there with a thing.
Yeah, that's
See,
what
how we do.
We're likely to not get rolls this stupidly good. And
Oh yeah, it's probably not this good, but we might be able to get one of the cannons running.
Rolled
And then
so
we've got
good.
two PCCs and a...
my point was, and then we're not gonna have waste.
Yes, but we'd still we would probably get one of the cannons working, and then most of the way to the other, I would guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, just imagine how Cassian will feel when we go back into his airspace. Like, hi, we have the stuff that we need to repair our entire ship's armory. Can we build your shipyard?
Yeah. So yeah, I think big gun here, and then we'll probably find somewhere in the graveyard to grab some more if we can.
Yeah. Which does then put us pretty much at the point of we're ready to go to UI. We're more than ready to go to UIS, but also we're pretty much ready to upgrade to Drive 6.
Yeah.
We have the bits for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, just hi everyone. Can you tell it's making me a little bit giddy that we're finally getting ship guns online?
This is what I was hoping for.
Yep.
Dex, I can't help but feel like you're stereotyping the character who picked to play. Or I can't help but feel like you're stereotyping the player who chose to play Percy specifically because he has the biggest guns. A little bit. Assuming he'll be happy to get the big guns on the ship working. I am, but I feel like you're stereotyping me a little bit.
I'll let you feel like that for a minute.
I feel like you did that to yourself.
To broaden it out into a kumbaya moment, more so, I'm the excitement over the repairs is what I was hoping for with my considerations for the targeted salvaging.
Yeah, I figured it was something like that. I just
but I don't mind you thinking it was stereotyping you.
It does feel good to be making a bit more, because gosh, the number of parts that we need, it's just going to be like several more sessions of salvage just to. And it's like, I guess before this I was pretty much just resigned to never being fully repaired.
Yeah, honestly same.
Okay.
So the nice thing with that is it does feel like it is an attainable goal now to get the Raza back to 100%.
Yeah, I was kind of like, Drive 6 would be nice, mid spatial cam would be nice, we'll cope. And I'm like, oh, fully upgraded.
Yeah. But last cycle we never got to 100% repair, but we were also just avoiding it was a team full of experts anyway, so it's like,
Yeah, never got fully repaired, but team full of experts, so avoiding combat. Yeah, no, I think we've actually shocked all of those trains.
Yeah. All right, so I think I heard big gun.
Yeah.
I'm going to settle on that.
I haven't heard New Descent.
I'm going to give you your bonus finds here. As you're proceeding through and stripping Beacon Tower, you find that it was a research center, a massive skyrise dedicated to the research of pre-tech materials with some sci-tech research thrown in. Much of that pre-scream, obviously. Well, all of it pre-scream, obviously. And it was a bounty of just pre-tech-ish parts or pre-tech compatible parts, which is a lot of what you're using towards that big pre-tech weapon. And kind of from the looks of the equipment, some pretty impressive machinery. Sorry, my brain is fried. I've had a cold all weekend. But yeah, no. There's and a culture, a building culture prior to whatever happened that turned the planet into ice. There are clearly floors that were intended as temporary stayovers, like little hotel kind of floors. There were parks and recreation floors, showcases, galleries, all the labs, eateries on multiple floors. It all got dirtied and sullied up by centuries of people living on just what was inside the building and what they could grow. Of course, the building also had hydroponics before the catastrophe. And that's all leading to your targeted salvage, your gains on fixing up that big, huge weapon. Now, there are 3 bonus finds. So one of those has to be the lightning rod, because that is what Chishin is getting you to. So we'll deal with that first. That is a pre-tech energy conversion part with a 14 difficulty intelligence fix check to either choose 1 ton of parts pre-tech industry, which is 100,000 tags pre-tech and tool, or a pre-tech materials component. So if somebody wants to make me a int fix check.
Who could that be?
Personally, I was thinking I'd do it this time. I'm joking.
Yeah, Percy, get in there.
Yeah, no.
Alright, should I get some help?
You certainly can. Is anybody able to help Doug? This is at the very top of the tower, with massive machinery installed into the roof and into the outside that directs lightning from the very powerful freak and frequent lightning storms covering the planet. It powers water cracking, electrolysis, or ice cracking, and creates power for this entire skyscraper. There's batteries and everything pre-tech needed to power a building. Yeah, thinking enough. So, who thinks that they can help with device or environment or situation like that?
I believe in you.
Or
y'all just gonna believe in me?
Believe in Kishan.
Well, it doesn't have to be fixed. In fact, the help skill check I kind of prefer do not be fixed.
Okay. Do I?
Because then what's the point if Chishin rolled a 16 and then Doug rolled a 10? It's like, oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I assumed it would be a fixed type thing, so I was looking at Starship stuff. What was... Help Doug with what, sorry?
Help me recover the conversion components, or do the salvage on this lightning rod.
Okay. Can I try and help with Notice Wisdom then? Just like as a spotter, investigating the things, looking for weak points or self, like bits that if you break that off, they'll be easy to move this, it'll be easy to move that, etc.
Yeah, it's gonna take a team of your salvage crew to rig up some harnesses and get things moved safely so that they're suspended dangerously from the ceiling. And having somebody that's there to oversee and look out for any signs of dangerous situations could be an aid.
Not bad.
Not gonna do it though.
Yeah, we need a 14. That's okay. We
I
got
stopped anyone from injuring themselves. I was made double sixes.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's a long shot.
If
So.
if I'd known it was a 14, I would have let somebody else.
No, it's fine. I just need a 10 on the dice. It's fine.
the 1-8 check does not rule out anybody else helping.
Yeah.
So if anybody else has a thought they want to contribute to it, they can. Otherwise, you're free to roll whenever you're ready.
I ain't found anything in 5.
I tried.
4, 3.
Percy is still helping.
Yeah.
1.
I stopped
Yeah.
anyone from injuring themselves, right?
Yeah.
All right, let's see. I got a reroll, and we got Elise here too, right? That's fine.
Well,
Oh, no.
we're starting with the
Hey, that
reroll.
looks familiar. That looks familiar. All right, let's use my scene reroll.
Oof.
No. Oh.
Well, the good thing we're going with the big gun for our repairs, huh?
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Definitely.
Because I think that was our guaranteed conversion component right there.
Well,
Yeah.
you're getting the conversion component. This is for an extra
Oh.
bonus on top of it.
Nice.
Ah.
Nice. We take those.
Okay, I can live with that failure then.
Yeah.
Mm.
This is.
Yeah, it would have been nice, but it's not critical.
Yeah.
This is the actual line in my notes.
Mm,
Yeah.
go on.
So you lose
It's
one
basically, we get a
materials that you,
conversion, but we could have got another one.
yeah. Well, you lose. Yeah, you could have gotten the materials, which you have a ton of already, or something that's worth a fair amount sellable. I will address that later, Viral.
Sure.
All right. The other 3 finds here. I'm gonna roll randomly for them. The other 2 finds. Sorry, there's 3 potential other finds. And all right, there it is.
3. Oh, nice. I think.
That's just selecting which one. 1, 2, or 3.
It is indeed
Okay.
one of the
Well,
things
3
of
is
all time.
probably the rarest though.
Wouldn't have bet on that. I feel like one's the most important. Come on, show me one.
You recognize that the research labs are in good condition. As you're stripping everything for your weapons parts, you could set aside a little bit of time and extra care without actually affecting the mechanical gains that you already got, to either take out some other pre-tech industry parts, which are, as you see above, very valuable, or find yourself a pre-tech computing and possible other pre-tech parts. Let me actually get that formatted better. There we go. They were doing a lot of materials research.
Oh.
And you can either scrap their equipment for very valuable sellable loot, or for pre-tech components. Did I lose everyone?
No,
it's still here.
sorry. My cat. It needs to be fed.
Constellation.
Anyways.
If this is dry, I can switch over to Asta, who still has a little bit of a crisis going before we make a decision.
Right, that was the thing, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So the pre-tech computing is guaranteed, right? I think we need, we do need a computing component. So I'm thinking that we should take that.
Hmm.
Not
Yeah.
for what we need it for, but we need it for something.
Yeah.
Oh, we need one for the mounting, and we need one for the Drive 6. Oh yeah, we need it for Drive 6.
Yeah, right. Yeah, need it then.
All right, who's spotting for me this time?
Somebody else try.
I mean, it seems like a situation where Das could probably figure out how to hack to help.
Yeah, if it's a research lab,
Mhm.
can Das do something with the computers to make it a bit easier?
Yes. Das can try and interface with the computers, supply them some power. Doug and Das will probably need to work together on figuring out exactly what kind of power these computers need, how much, how to couple that together. But once they've spent a little bit of time doing that, marking this area off limits for the weapons salvaging, then yeah, she can get what she identifies as a centralized computer powered up, and it should allow you to pinpoint where some of the most sensitive or valuable internal pieces are. And you can roll an assist with in program and call it hacking, because this computer system certainly isn't letting you do it.
Nice.
14.
Only a 14? You feeling alright?
Yeah. Yeah.
That gives
Bit
Doug a
colder.
+1. This is a new scene, so you've got your reroll back.
And I got a +1.
Yeah.
Didn't even.
Didn't need it.
But it's the principle of the matter.
It is. It is.
Well, that gives you the additional pre-tech amp and pre-tech of your choice. I have added to the pre-tech components handout the 6th component type, the Psytech, and that is also available here. So all 6 are things that you could get out of these research labs.
Well, the only other one we actually need is conversion.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wanted to, and then after that, basically every single pre-tech part will be extra.
Yeah.
For whatever we want to use it for. And actually, we've already, God, we have so many amps. And what is it name for infinite? Let me see. For the eternal.
Oh, that's definitely gonna be an amp.
Eternal reactor.
Yeah.
It's gonna be multiple. It's gonna be multiple amps, but we need some other part. We'll need some other parts too. But anyways, conversion, I think is what we'll go for. So we've gotten 2x conversion, just the raw 2x conversions, 1x computing, 1x amp. So far from salvage. I haven't updated the Raza sheet, so I'm just wanting to put it all together.
Okay.
Not a bad haul.
You've got
I'm
one
quite
more.
happy with that. Go on.
Excuse me. Sorry, I had to mute myself for a second.
Oh.
I love it.
Yeah, I really don't want to be coughing all over the stream. You've got one more find that you've been rewarded here, but first I am going to pivot over to Asta, and put that away. I'll make an Asta box real quick. Yep, that's a line. There we go. So Asta has also been distracted from her work. She is still performing adequately, And she is a guard, so it's not like she's expected to do a whole lot of the ship crew work. But she has been noted as being slightly distracted when she's been at her post or performing her duties. And yeah, got it. Thank you, Megan. And it doesn't seem like a big emergency crisis, but it is uncharacteristic for her. So, I'll first ask, is anybody actually going to approach her over this? It's okay to say no, because she will initiate if you don't.
Percy was busy making sure nobody hurt themselves with the rigs and stuff.
Yeah, no, this scene is happening whether you want it to or not.
I mean, Percy is probably technically Asta's superior, right?
Yeah.
Probably reports to Percy.
Isn't Libra technically Asta superior? Libra's a security officer.
Yes, she would. You did make her a tactical officer, didn't you? A security officer.
Yeah, like, okay. I'm not saying this because I don't want to do a scene with Asta, I'm just saying.
No, it's perfectly fine. So Asta goes and talks with Libra, and let's go ahead and go back to the tower. No, I'm kidding. Libra sends a message over to Percy.
Yeah.
No, roleplay with yourself.
That's yeah. What I didn't take into consideration when I said that Libra is Asta's superior officer is that I am Libra's superior officer.
And the message says that Asta is asking for a leave from the ship and transportation to Irgarji.
Irgarji. Okay. Can you bring up the sector map briefly and show us where that is?
I sure can. It's also been in the news a little bit lately.
Okay.
That's where Halaya is. And the current debate over how to handle introducing an intelligent, sapient alien species to the sector.
Oh.
I was gonna make the comment earlier that if it's aliens, though, that's pretty much in character for Asta.
Yeah, that is in character. Fuck. I mean, in principle, I have no problem with her taking leave. It's the transport pit that I'm not so sure about. I suppose we could. So we're in Azzy right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that'd be drive 3. Neil, can you add one more to a jump, right?
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So I guess we could get there relatively fast if we jump to TMC 777, which is a question. Yeah. Yeah, that is.
It went so well last time.
Do we want to do that?
I believe we cannot.
Not overly.
I was under the impression that we need Drug 6 to attempt to go to TMT.
Do we?
No.
That was another. There was another reason why we can't.
Yeah.
I think.
Okay.
But yeah, we could do some sequence of hops, like from here to Moira and Korofali, Irgarji, or something.
I mean, realistically, you'd probably. I mean, if we're going to, go through with letting Asta go there, probably you just drop her off at March and let her get her own transportation from there, right?
How long is she requesting leave?
Yeah, that is a question as well. But she said that she was requesting transport, which means we may need to. You're right. We may need to put our foot down and remind everyone that the bus is not a taxi.
I'm thinking maybe you should just have a conversation with Asta about this.
You might be on something, yeah. Just try to get my thoughts in order before said conversation. Hmm. Okay, roughly, or Percy would ask me, okay, actually, roughly, with like a sequence of jumps, how long would it take us to hypothetically hop like Moira and Coral Valley, Irgarji?
I don't know. Out of character, I have no idea. Mostly because I can't look at the map to find out.
Okay, 4 hex, 3 hex, 4 hex. Does that help?
It does.
I mean-
It does a lot.
With how Myokin flies, I mean, probably like less than a week.
No, because it would take us like a full day of intra-system travel each time. So that's like 3 days of added of tacked on waste time.
Oh well, because
Yeah,
we
and
need
it-
fuel.
Fuel,
We didn't
yep.
need fuel.
Yeah, and then 3 days back as well, which,
Fuel is now
then-
your biggest time sink.
yeah, and it would be we don't have
I'm
the
just
drive.
saying.
We don't have the drive yet to jump straight from Irgarji back to March, so we couldn't even wait until we're done here and then head out, which is,
I mean, we may have the parts for me to start working on an internal reactor if we want to give up on repairing the weapons.
Who needs a gun if we can go real fast? I'm just saying.
So, yeah, I meant to ask you actually, what on the Raza sheet does the Eternal Reactor take up? Like, it's a bit of a tangent, but like, where
It's
does
a
that?
mod, so it doesn't take up any spot.
Fantastic, phenomenal news.
All it
Single-
takes is 6 pre-tech components for
Singular.
reduced to 5 because of Tinker 2.
Because yeah,
It's quite expensive.
okay,
I
right.
need to
I
open
think
up the book to get the thing.
I mean, if we didn't need so many components to repair the ship, that would be we'd have plenty.
I think rather than just texting, rather than messaging Asta or messaging Libra with a reply for Asta, Percy is going to message Libra back. I'll come back and talk to her with you or something. Whereabouts in the ship are you? And then head back over there.
Okay. Libra simply says that she's right now at her post, doing cargo watching. I don't really know what guards do on a ship when it's just like here.
Yeah.
I think
They stay awake.
Yeah.
stay awake basically.
Wait.
I guess that's true. I did work as a security guard. This can't be any different, right?
Yeah, no, they watch it.
Stay awake and patrol, right?
Yeah. This is no
Well-
different from an apartment building. When a robber
Of course.
comes, you deal with it. Until then,
Except that in
Just
this
sit
case,
there
we
and you
don't
watch
own,
Netflix.
except in this case, your employer doesn't own the apartment building that you're guarding. Well, I guess we own the ship, but the
Yeah.
salvage operation, they don't.
yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think Libra is probably there. That's a good point. Libra's probably there with the scavenging crew, the salvaging crew, ensuring that she's got a little sensor set up at the top of the building to keep an eye out for things that might. It's just a different vantage point than the Raza has.
Okay.
And so she informs Percy where Asta is on the ship, coordinating with her. She's on the bridge.
Okay. Yeah, I will head over that kind of way.
Ah, there's the sound.
Suddenly louder ambient music.
Sorry about that. It was so quiet. I didn't think turning it up would do anything.
It's okay. It's not like it wasn't too loud. It was like, ooh, there's music.
Yeah. It is a very quiet rack though. All right. Yeah. Asta is there at her console, She appears to have a video screen open off to the side. She is doing the Netflix security thing, where she's watching a panel discuss the implications of introducing sapient species to the sector in the condition that the sector is currently in.
Yeah, so she's working as a security guard. She's watching it for pirates.
uh,
Chelsea wouldn't actually say that though, because that sounds like a kind of douchebaggy reprimand when I'm not willing to do either of those things.
okay. She does pause the video when she sees Percy come up. She's not completely so enwrapped in it that she doesn't notice him.
Yeah, I should hope not.
Yeah. And she stands up straight, bright-eyed, and nervous.
Yeah. Hey. Libra said that you've had a request?
Yes, sir. There's the Boar on Halaya in Yurgarji. We've known, well, out there has known that they're sapient for a long time. And, well, Galactic Mandate has had rules and laws about contact with unevolved and primitive sapient species. But Mercure Corps made some real good arguments, and now they're allowing contact, and I really want to be there. I won't have to be there long. I just want to experience it.
Yeah, no, it's not. Don't know if first contact is the right word, but it's not every other week that we get something like this. So I do get what you're coming from. So how long would you be looking to be away for?
Maybe a week.
Okay. A week we can. Yeah, but we can cope without you for a week, I think. Yeah. Like, I would need to run it past the others just to be sure. I don't want to unilaterally authorize it, and then someone says, "Hey, what the hell? What happened? Where'd you go?" But yeah, we can probably be okay with letting you head off for a week.
And I'll take just drop me off wherever could transport me there. I'm not asking you to take me straight all the way over there. But if you're going that way, as far as you can go, this ship is faster than passenger ships.
Yeah, obviously. I'm aware of that. Like, I'm aware of that just as sure as I'm aware that we're not a taxi. Yeah, so, bear with me for a sec. And Percy will start typing a message on his message terminal. Oh wait, no, it's messages. Text hopefully that works too. So give me a sec.
Okay.
And for the inevitable audience who can't see our Discord channels, in text roleplay, Percy just messaged Doug to say any rough time estimate on how much longer we'll be salvaging for before we can head out to March. And then to Asta, Percy will say, "Okay, I'm gonna find out how long it would be before we could give you a lift. In the meantime, while waiting, tell me a bit more about the boar you said?
Boar. It's...
Boar, sorry.
Like a lot of alien names that we can't pronounce, it's just the most common sound that they seem to make. And she does this low intoning, boar.
War.
almost sounds like a gong that is coming out of her throat. And she actually will look up and play some audio clips of it. It sounds a lot more like a gong coming from the audio.
Yeah. So it's like war.
Um,
Kinda.
and she
This is
says
probably
that.
speciesist.
Oh, sorry. Go
I was
ahead.
trying to approximate. This is probably
Oh.
speciesist.
Let's see. Hang on real quick. Where is that document? Yeah, well, then it'll have to be opened.
Quick question.
Uh-huh.
She's trying to go while we're salvaging?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, in fact,
Yeah,
I was gonna say.
Yeah, if she's trying to drag us away mid salvage, then it's going to be a no.
yeah, no.
I don't need to consult with anyone else for it to be a no.
She
That's
is.
why I'm asking how long until we're moving on?
It hasn't come up because Percy hasn't given any time frames, but she is going to be surprised when you say it'll be as quick as it will be, or as quick as it might be.
Okay. I can't actually say how quick it will / might be yet because I don't know how much longer we're going to be salvaging for. But
Yeah. To answer the
Also,
question in text, in game, about day and a half. Nox?
I was going to say a week is definitely a really low ball estimate. Because it'll take her about 3 weeks to get there. One way. And that's on the Raza.
Wait, what? No, seriously, I'm confused. What? It would take us 3 weeks to get from Azzy to Irgarji on the Raza?
If we're going to, yeah, it's 9 days. Well, if 9 days one way, 9 days the other way, that's 2 weeks and 4 days. Going there one way. Then a week after that. If we're dropping her off at a station, she's going to need a lot more than a week.
Oh, you're right. I think I hear what you're saying. It's about 10 days taking her on the Raza, but up to 3 weeks if she's going to just stop somewhere, and she's basically asking for more than a week if you drop her off somewhere where she has to make her own transportation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
She'll
run some numbers.
Yeah, she clarifies that she only is asking for the week that she's asking for is like a week on the station, not including whatever travel time it takes.
Okay.
Um.
So if we're gonna be here for like another day and a half, actually Percy will say to Asta, okay, so it looks like we're gonna be here for another about a day and a half. So let's say 2 days to give us some wiggle room. And I think next stop after that is March, which is like halfway there.
Yes, that's pretty close. It is actually halfway there. Yeah.
Yeah. And then from there, just probably even we wouldn't be able to get from March to Irgarji in one shot. So it.
I will point out that dropping her off at Holau is also something you can do. It's something you've got a 3-hex rudder for Holau already.
Okay.
And then that would basically put her on a normal 1-week journey from Holau to Irgarji on some other ship while you guys drill up to Audrima, if that's still your plan to go.
Okay, that's interesting. That is interesting. Yeah, and then we could stop by Irgarji to pick her up.
Yeah, you guys have enough contacts with the mercenary community there. You've made enough goodwill that she'd almost certainly be given she'd pay for it, but the rates that you guys are paying your crew, she can afford it.
She can afford it, and there is enough goodwill / subtle intimidation that she won't get picked up by someone who wants to harvest her kidneys.
Yes. Yeah. Absolutely.
Okay. In that case, yeah, Percy will contemplate that and go, In fact, I think we might be able to get you as far as Holau, because I think we're heading up beyond that to Audrima. I think that's the plan. I'll need to talk to the others, but I think Audrima is the plan after that. So we could maybe even drop you off in Holau and then pick you up from Irgarji.
Those are aliens too. I mean, they may as well be. But yeah, the
others?
Boar are clearly aliens. So there's you see pictures of these weird stick-like things.
Yeah.
My description of them is that they look like sticks bound together with sinew.
I
A
see.
long, thin, flexible spine serves as a mounting point for 10 spindly, segmented legs. Sorry if any of you have arachnophobia. At each end of the spine is a bulbous organ that is believed to contain sensory and brain functions.
So they have 2 half heads essentially.
And they
Interesting.
have 2 half heads. She says that they are, as far as observation has told, functionally immortal. There have been incidents where foreign illnesses have been identified by Galactic Mandate. Like, yeah, people have landed on a planet they're not supposed to, and they brought their human diseases, and the Bar, unlike other instances of, cross-planetary contamination, have very effectively fought off those illnesses.
Impressive.
Would you roll
Yeah,
me a
This is
connect?
Core that was interested.
I'm sure there's nothing about that. Why don't you roll me a Wisdom Connect check? Or Charisma Connect.
Charisma Connect slightly better.
Okay.
Boop. Decent.
It's good enough.
Decent-ish.
Um,
Okay.
She does reveal a little bit of a hesitation that part of the reason that she wants to go there is actually so she can sniff around and see if there is anything nefarious in Mercure Corps' push for contact.
Oh, that girl. We've nurtured a healthy distrust of Mercury Core in you, haven't we?
I grew up on Astos, so you just trust all the corporations.
Percy sort of shrugs. Whimsically is the wrong word, but I can't think of a more appropriate word, so yeah. Yeah, so if you I'll check with the others and see what the plan is, but I think it's March after this for some repairs, then Holau, then Audrima. Like Holau on the way. We could drop you at Holau if you want to head there. Alternatively, if you don't mind some more delay, then maybe we could. Then Irgarji's probably not too far out of the way. We could probably drop you there on the way back from Audrima, but it's more nebulous at that point.
That would be amazing. Both aliens?
Yeah, I guess. I'll mention it to us. It does mean that you're away from the ship for less time as well, which is good for us, I guess, because you're part of the crew.
And Galactic Mandate has a hang on, what is it? I know I put a yep. It does have like a museum with live feeds to the planet, so it's not like you'd be bored. As long as you like museums. She looks at Percy dubiously.
Depends on the museum.
Skittering bug creatures.
Okay, when you put it that way.
Museum of Guns.
You're not there, you don't get to make smart comments. Especially not when they're correct. Yeah, in that case, like, let me check with the others. I don't think we have anything pressing after Audreymat apart from just head back to possibly refit a fighter if we manage to find one. He sort of shrugs a little bit. So yeah, we can probably drop you at Irgarji for a bit.
Okay.
Honestly, you're being more diplomatic about this than I expected. I had concerns that you were gonna ask us to just go like drop everything and go straight there because you didn't want to miss a single moment of this, which
Well, I mean, a lot of it's just boring negotiations over who gets to do what and when and who gets to study what.
Hmm.
I guess the most exciting part is when they finalize the contract.
Well, if you're lucky, then they'll be finalising it just as we're finishing up in Audreymat and we can drop you here to actually see it. But hey, who could say?
Deal. Okay.
Okay, I'll go talk to the others. And Percy just like quick 2-finger salute, and then was there anything else or?
No, that was it, sir. Thank you.
Of course, don't work too hard.
Hmm.
And Percy heads back to the salvaging effort.
All right.
Our dog is working too hard.
Yeah, he has long since accepted that telling Doug not to work too hard is a very lost cause.
Yeah, I bet. All right. The last of your significant finds here is actually oh, I see something else brewing. Is actually something very quick and simple. You uncover a lockbox in a basement warehouse that appears a very secured lockbox, I might add, that appears to have a whole bunch of corporate cred sticks. They are owned by Union and they identify as Union cred sticks, even hundreds of years old as they are. And so you you're not able to see how much is on them. You know, the credit sticks don't just identify how much they're worth to anyone. But with your resources, you will probably be able to find out what they are. And there's also 20 units of metal ingots rare, which are unfortunately not really that profitable. They are 5,000 credits per unit, and they are bulky, so each unit is 10 tons.
Jeez.
Can I fill up our cargo hold?
Yeah, I know you've got the space for it, and so there's no real loss in taking them. It all fits within the scope of what you're doing here in the salvage operation. I won't make it take any extra time.
The question then becomes, can we apply all of these 22,500 units of specialized parts to the hyperspace cannon now, or will we need to take some of those with us as well?
Those are only going to amount to like 20 tons worth of stuff, I think. Maybe
if that.
100 if my math. Yeah, it's. Oh, I can't remember.
Actually, yeah, it'd be 100. Yeah.
Would it be 100? Okay.
20,000 parts is 100.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So that isn't that like half the cargo space in itself?
Oh, don't you guys have like 400?
I thought we had
That might have
200.
been last. I think we might have 200.
Oh,
I don't
right.
know.
I think you do have less.
Yeah, we've got a smaller cargo. I think we've got a smaller cargo this time.
It is 400.
Oh, we do have 400?
Yeah.
I can never remember.
Yeah. I've changed it a couple times.
Okay. Okay, no biggie then, no biggie. Yeah, no, you doing me a worry for a sec. I think I thought it was 200 because I was looking at the like I was looking at the ship fittings. And I think the default is 200. And I went,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's 200 per free mass, but we're in
Yeah,
a weird
yeah, yeah.
situation. Yeah, we got the whole pre-tech fancy stuff, so it's like
yeah.
You do have quite a bit in already. You've got over 100 tons already.
Okay. Yeah, that is a problem then.
Ghost beans.
Hmm.
But you'll be able to be applying. Hang on, let me
most-
pull.
Now
Go
the
ahead.
ghost beans is we only got 9 tons of.
Right, but you've yeah, I was just laughing
have
at them
eight-
specifically. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah. You
Yeah,
got
we have
88 tons
88
of something
tons.
else.
Yeah, that's I haven't added anything from this salvage yet.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
that's basically where we were at before we started. I figured I'd wait for it all to wrap up before I throw it on the sheet.
Yeah, that's fair. Alright. Ship repair, repair and enable system. You are able to put 500 spare parts, so 10 tons worth of it towards the repairs every day.
Okay.
And that's just your rate. Getting to a shipyard will, of course, speed that up.
So, if my counting is correct, that means that like we have the Raza sheet is saying we have 102 tons of stuff, right? We have 200.
Well, so the spare parts we had about 40 tons of.
Oh,
Already.
you already had some of that too, yeah.
Yeah, we had it. Yeah, sorry. The spare
Never mind.
parts are on the right, and then the
Yeah.
Never mind.
some
I
of
was
the-
about to, I was about to try and finagle it.
So we've got about 100. We've got about 141 tons currently loaded on the Raza.
Yeah, so that'd be like
I
a
guess,
week of doing repair. A week of doing repairs on this frozen hellhole of a planet,
I
or
guess
just leave
technically we could have been applying the spare parts that we already had, but we didn't ever really.
I think you
Yeah,
were
and, like-
saving them because you didn't have enough, and with this,
Yeah, well, we also weren't clear on what direction we wanted to go in at the time either, so
Yeah.
we didn't
Right.
want
Yeah.
to do
that sounds-
anything.
Oh yeah.
and with this
yeah.
tower find, it was probably a good thing that you didn't apply anymore to anything.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay, so I
And
think the safe,
I'm gonna
I think the safest play then. I'm sorry, go on.
I'm gonna, yeah, because I'm gonna interrupt you because I'm gonna change your train of thought here. I'm going to say that the bespoke parts also double your repair time because you're not having to take a chip from a microwave and then reconfigure it and shave it and do all the things. You have to do a little bit of that, but you're already doing a little bit in your salvaging and everything fits much more neatly. So
Wait, so do they double the speed or do they double the time taken?
double the speed.
Fuck yeah.
Halves the time taken.
Halves the time taken. So you can apply
Nice.
1,000 spare parts worth of your bespoke parts towards the
Okay.
weapon each day, and you can have been doing that while you've been salvaging. So you've got 7 days worth of progress already.
So
Okay,
7,000 out of
I
20,000.
think that like somebody else run the numbers on how spare parts convert into weight, but I think that creates enough space that we can take all the metal, the remaining parts, and the stuff that we already have here. Like 8,000. So spare parts are like
200 per. I think that's 200 per ton, right?
Correct.
200 per ton, and we're able to apply how much a day again?
1,000 with this bespoke.
Sorry, the numbers aren't quite clicking together in my head. Fucking 200 per ton. We're at
The
500 spare parts a ton, right?
was it 500 or 200? I think it's 200.
200, I think.
200 a ton. Okay, so we can
Yeah.
apply 5 tons of bespoke parts per day. That's 35. Oh, that's 35 tons of bespoke spare parts we could have applied.
Yeah, I'm gonna say we can. Yeah, we've got plenty of storage.
Yeah,
Why
if we give it like another day or so, then we'll be able to fit everything.
Okay.
Which I think
I
I'm
don't-
okay with that. You okay with that?
How much other stuff have we gotten mass watt or?
We have
1 ton of-
102. We have 102 tons of like parts,
Yeah,
basic
that stuff.
industry, and art goods. 40 tons of spare parts, so it's 142 tons taken. These ingots are now 200, so that's 342 tons.
How much did we get from the initial here?
Did we get 24,000.
Right.
22.5 of which is going straight to that gun, and the other is being converted into stuff you probably won't even want to take on the ship.
Yeah, I don't
That makes it easier.
think we were. I don't think we were. I mean, even if we don't spend any of it, I don't think we're at risk of filling up the cargo. Well, maybe I wouldn't say not at risk, but I don't think we were going to fill up the cargo anyways, even with everything. Because we had, I guess, generously, we had 150K already, and we're not. That means we have 250K or 250 tons of free space, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And 250 tons of free space would be what, like 50,000 spare parts?
You know, I'm just gonna let you calculate it. I've lost track of how the numbers match
Yeah,
up.
we're fine on cargo capacity.
Okay.
We would need basically twice. We would need to basically get twice as much spare parts to have to worry about that capacity.
Okay.
I'm half expecting Dex to go, well, good news. Guess what you just found? Just to make us sweat.
No. I want to.
Oh no!
Yeah. Or, oh crap, part of the cargo holder is frozen shut. You've lost a chunk of your cargo capacity.
No. I'm happy to have you leave the planet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we still need.
Yeah.
So we didn't really talk about the dead bodies, did we?
Yeah.
You didn't.
I have some thoughts on this, right?
Yeah, I had a thought as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what was it that what conditions did Keishan give us so far?
She doesn't really know how to honor them.
Yeah.
Their people's, like, when they were a living culture tower, their way of handling the dead was, they got recycled if they weren't too sick. Those that had to get frozen on a lower floor were lost because they couldn't risk the cold overwhelming the heaters if when they opened the passageways, or risk anything breaking and freezing the entire tower. And people that were too sick to walk out to their death were pushed or leaped off the roof.
Very cool.
Yeah, they don't have elaborate barrier rituals. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, but I think she said something about, like, didn't she say something about no cremation, or was that just a practical limitation of being on a nice planet?
I think you guys raised that as a practical limitation. It's also the fact that the atmosphere is almost entirely hydrogen, and so very explosive when introduced to oxygen. If it's brought up, she actually does think that fire is perhaps the ideal way to honor people that have survived and persevered on a frozen planet. And then died on it.
Oh, nice. Yeah, a warm send off.
Yeah. Yeah, that does. Okay, I have various ideas. Most of them probably impractical. A new idea.
That's practical now.
A new idea, which is also impractical, has just presented itself to me, and I feel like I need to suggest that as a joke, if nothing else. Dix, you said that they were all, like, kind of frozen into a pile, right?
Well, into individual huddles. They didn't all climb onto each other to freeze, but they gathered among their loved ones to asphyxiate.
Okay.
Very bleak, I know, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, that's okay. You know, I just need to spit it out so that I stop worrying about how y'all are going to react to it. Could we put them in the cargo hold? Take them somewhere warmer, and then set them on fire.
I will tell you that there will be at least one crisis with your crew if you did that.
Yeah. Like I say, not a serious suggestion.
I could
Yeah.
be wrong, but I was under the impression that she wanted things to be done for them here.
There is a small preference for that, yeah. She specifically
Yeah.
does not want them being sent out into space.
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay. Hmm. Does the planet ever get warmer? It doesn't, right?
Nope.
Man, what the fuck happened to this hellscape of a planet? Does anything live here apart from people?
Only the hydroponics that feed the people.
Okay. Okay. Hmm.
They also have a fairly strictly vegetarian diet.
Okay.
A vegan one, might even say.
Because of course Keishan tells us this.
Well,
Some things never change. Hmm. Hmm. Okay, in that case, I do have one more idea that is somewhat practical, right?
Okay.
Because, like, Percy found this when he was researching on whatever the future equivalent of Wikipedia is.
Uh-huh.
Which is
ship's
another way of
database.
saying- Um, so what I'm thinking is, it sounds like they have a kind of very practical utilitarian approach to the bodies. Like, if they were lost and frozen, then they're lost and frozen, not much they can really do for them. Or if they were dying and too elderly to leave into the cold, then they jumped. uh, so what I wonder is, how would Keishan react to the idea that the bodies are just bodies? It's the people's spirits that require commemoration, and you could say, like Percy found something about some culture where they believed that you could send a message to the spirits by writing it down and then burning that, and the smoke would go to the spirits and communicate the message. As you could give them some kind of commemoration that way. I don't know.
This idea piques her interest, but she
Ooh.
asks how you would do that for thousands without spending another week here.
General messages, I guess. Like, I don't know, but like
Now, she's not
I was
asking
thinking
like how
of
you
it.
would make it specific to,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
but
yeah,
obviously if you're doing a symbolic puff of smoke,
yeah.
um, then a one at the basement isn't going to feel very symbolic for the people in the middle.
Mm, that's fair. That said, I'm not sure that you could like make
Do
it
multiple mass ceremonies on each like general
different
regions
segments.
of the
Yeah,
tower,
but
right?
yeah, because you couldn't make it like specific to the individual people because you didn't know the individual people, and I think
Mhm.
it might mean something to them just to know that one of their own people came back and saw them and was upset to see that
remembered.
this had happened and wanted to commemorate their lives. I
Yeah,
think that would
no,
mean something.
she's fine on that part. The
Yeah.
making it specific is not a concern because you're right.
Okay.
She actually knew a lot of them.
Okay. Oh, okay. I thought you didn't know these people. Never mind. Never mind. Never mind.
but not all of them.
Yeah.
And
Hmm.
it's
We're
more a
talking
question
scale of
of
thousands of people, right? So like a town.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's more a question of if
Mhm.
this is a symbolic gesture on floor one, does floor two get the same symbolic gesture of floor one, or does floor two get its own gesture? And if you're doing floor by floor, this is going to take a whole day.
Yeah.
It is a very large skyscraper tower.
Yeah.
I mean, a whole day doesn't seem particularly outrageous for commemorating the people here, right?
It doesn't really. Yeah, we could.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, a week, maybe we'd have to talk, but if we're talking about setting aside a day for it,
Yeah, I was gonna say
I think that's
something
something
about,
we'd
like,
be willing to do.
I was gonna say something about like making it, I don't know, some sort of memorial thing that the whole like crew can attend and recognize, or maybe contribute their own touches to the ritual, or I don't know. But I suspect that would lose some of its meaning because she's the only person who knew any of these people, which is also why I don't think saying like, oh, okay, me and someone else can come help you with the tower wouldn't work, because we'll look at a corpse and go, oh, that's a corpse, and she'll look at it and go, oh, that's Dave Ballmer.
She actually
You know?
disagrees with you there. If that was in character.
That's not in those exact words, but essentially that.
Okay. Yeah, no, she disagrees with the concept there and would absolutely take some help from the more silver-tongued of the crew. She's not the nicest person herself, and she recognizes that.
Right, help writing them. Okay, I see.
Not writing them, speaking them.
Oh,
Doesn't even have to be
oh,
in rain. She just
okay.
wants the message said, spoken while the burning is occurring in a sincere manner that the dead, if they can see it, will believe.
Okay.
So you've got the workings of a plan here. I'm going to start putting into kind of details so that we can push along and
Yeah,
get to
yeah.
the meat of it. A day spent that is going to be floor by floor, reading from a little bit of a script that is actively burning as it's being read. That's not difficult to accomplish. You can chemical that up easily enough.
Yeah.
And it when you're done with it, it burns away completely. And someone else or whoever's doing the reading also saying a couple of additional words, just kind of improvising based on what they see, or on observations made by Chishin. She's basically allowing you guys to delegate to your more charismatic folks as makeshift priests. With her being the town coroner saying this person was this, or maybe not coroner, but the town sheriff, who knows
Yeah.
the people and can point out details.
Yeah. So, on the one hand, Percy is kind of, let's say, rough-hewn and only has +1 charisma. On the other hand, this was my harebrained scheme. Not even my harebrained, honestly. So I do feel a certain pressure to at least do something for it.
Okay.
Doug has +2 perform.
I was going to say, if anyone has pluses in charisma or even better perform and would like to take the lead and I can help, I would very much appreciate it.
Yeah, Doug will be fine leading it.
I'm gonna move you back over to the Rain Lottie
yeah.
page.
Now, mind you, I've got a +0 in charisma, but you know.
Like, it's still a net positive compared to my charisma and perform.
Yeah.
Oh, I moved the box away from Asta and put Cheechin in it.
Yeah. You know what? I know a roleplay moment when I see one. Percy's actually going to go over to Doug, just like, oh, hey, sorry, do you need help moving that, or?
No, I got it.
Okay.
I got that +3 to exert, you know.
What the hell is a +3 to? What are you talking about?
I got it.
I didn't know you were into tabletop games. But anyway, yeah, there was a thing that I wanted to ask you about actually. It's Chishin. Remember what she was saying about the people in the tower?
Yeah.
So I did some research and I found something that I think she would, or that she seems to appreciate the idea of to commemorate them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Letters. So there was this culture that I read about where they believed that if you write something on a letter and then burn it, then the smoke signals will reach the spirits of the dead people wherever they are. And just like writing commemorations, memorials, whatever, I don't know, something to that effect. And sounded it off in fire for the people who died in this frozen wasteland. Chi-Shan thinks he would appreciate that, but she is not as good with words. By her own admission, not that as good with words as she would like to be for something like this. And she was hoping to get some help with the actual reading of the letters. And yeah, no, I wanted to help, but I thought
I
of you as
wouldn't
well.
say I'm the most eloquent, but I can certainly do some speaking.
Yeah, there you go. That works. She says that she's gonna do the writing, or like with modifications and stuff for the individual people that she saw lying there, which is a really fucked up thing to think, honestly. Like, imagine seeing a decent chunk of the people that you ever knew, like
Right?
that.
Right. Oh, I thought my backstory was tragic.
So did I.
I know.
Jesus. Percy doesn't. I don't know if Percy actually says Jesus, but
Yeah.
But yeah, yeah. Yuan, you want help?
Yeah. Just hit me up for with the details.
Yeah. You know, I almost wonder. Huh. I almost wonder if they should have music. We should probably ask Chi-Shan.
Okay.
Like, as long as she knows what kind of. Sorry, it just occurred to me when I saw you.
Yeah.
Making a sing song presentation.
Yeah, it sounds a little bit irreverent for a mass funeral, but at the same time, maybe that's what they would have wanted.
Yeah, they did have music. They had fairly simple, just I would say probably stringed instruments, a lot of guitar, some
Oh, how convenient.
Oh.
right, some violin. You know, they're in a environment where even if they're inside of a tower where they've got life support, you breathe as little as possible. You know, so wind instruments are out. Big things are out.
Yeah.
Pianos and such. And that kind of just leaves them with strings, just vibrating the very air, keeping them alive.
Yeah, strings and songs, I imagine. Yeah. Yeah, that's like I'll just communicate back to Doug. Yeah, that's what she told me. Honestly, probably not the audience that you were aiming for, but
No,
I don't know.
I can do a sad song.
Yeah. If they can see it, I think they'd appreciate it.
Or-
And regardless of whether they can see it, Chi-Shan will definitely appreciate it.
Is anybody else helping with this? Or do you want to put any NPCs towards it?
I'll pass the word around if anyone else wants to get in on this.
Stop it, Nox.
I mean, technically, not wrong.
Yeah, they're not wrong.
Yeah. Sure.
Small, hand portable string instruments.
Toy piano.
Toe piano. Okay.
But yeah, let me just take a quick look at the NPC list, see if there's anyone that strikes me as being this definitely being their kind of thing. Nothing is jumping out at me. I don't think.
Jacqueline, I haven't heard you in a while. Does Elise want to take part in this?
I don't think so. I think Elise is just kind of going along with whatever the decision the crew wants to make.
Does Elise want to, as HR person, tell any of the NPCs, any of your crew, that they're going to help out with this?
Delegation wise?
Mm-hmm.
That's
It's
a
more
thing
of
you
like
can
a
do.
captain's job. HR is more to like mitigate issues and
You,
you know what I mean.
Pass the
Like if someone has a
you,
buck,
complaint
yeah.
and we can deal with it.
you, wa- you, wa- you walked yourself right
Not
into
like a
that one.
manager, right?
You walked yourself into that one. You are the most human-oriented co-captain that we have.
Yes, and guess what the captaincy of the Raza is? Whoever fits the bill
So we're
best.
just making Elise captain now. Gotcha.
Nope,
This is your guys' fault. I want this in writing.
we're not making you captain. You're definitely not getting it that easy. But we are saying that you have the most human-facing job out of the people who are jointly in charge. So if anyone is going to be commandeering people for the funeral,
Hey, like, what am I supposed to do? Force people to go to a funeral?
yeah, you could. Is the point. If you don't want to, that's fine. But yeah.
I just like make sure everyone has the invitation, I guess.
It's not so much going to a funeral, it's officiating it. It's looking for people that will be good at speaking the lines and making them seem genuine.
I don't want to force him, but I actually wonder if Dima would be good to invite along to this.
If
don't know.
invited, so none of the crew are volunteering. That's why I'm asking if you're going to delegate to anyone. But if asked, Dima will go.
And if they're not volunteering, then I don't particularly want to force them. Like, this isn't. Oh god. I know I said this isn't the hell that I want to die on. Oh no! Oh no!
Myokin will show up. Okay, I'll move Myokin over.
This isn't the issue that I want to force. Oh god, this isn't the hell I want to die on. Where we're hosting a funeral in a tower. Oh dear.
And if it is just the three of you, that's fine. Wanted to give you an opportunity to use some of your crew who would actually be pretty good at this. There's a couple. Dima's one of them. The tower is not on a hill. You sign it. It's perfectly sensitive.
I mean, towers and hills are both like tall raised things, but yeah. I think I will actually mention it to Dima.
Yeah. He
Like,
is.
Like, hey, what's the effective? Hey, did you hear about the ceremony that Chishan's planning?
Is very sad.
Yeah, we're gonna be writing, like, Chishan is going to write letters, and we'll burn them so that the messages can go on the smoke to reach the dead. It was a thing that I read when I was like researching it, and she likes the idea. But yes, I was actually wondering if you'd be willing to tag along. Like, I don't know, it just strikes me as sad, I guess. For bad enough, there's only one Rain Latian here, but it strikes me as sad that there's only like 4 people going to a funeral for so many, and I don't know. I just figured like
Union
right.
is family, and that value is brought to my service here on Raza. Chishan is family.
You're a good guy, you know that. I was only halfway through rambling an explanation, but yeah. Okay, out of curiosity, asking the rest of the team, who else do we think might be good at this? Like, I don't know if we'll try and Shanghai them into it, but who else do we think might be good at this? I actually have a sneaking suspicion that one of them might be Libra, because she's into like her philosophy stuff, right?
She could certainly apply that.
I wonder.
Aurelia is also good with people things.
Right, that does make sense, doesn't it? Yeah.
And Chishin has changed how she wants it to go a little bit. It's not that she's going to write a letter. There's a standard letter that she has written, and she is going to, floor by floor, point out things about that floor and or the people on it, and the speakers are going to improvise based on that.
I see.
So it's become a creative thing, a creative social thing.
Yeah. Man, I'm really glad
No
we got someone.
pressure.
Really glad we got someone with perform ranks in here.
What's the worst that could happen?
Exactly.
Let's not spend too much more time on this. Do you want to ask Aurelia to help?
I think we should. Yeah. Do we do just open invitation?
She's not volunteering.
Yeah. Doug, you can go ask her. I've poked the last couple of NPCs and you.
What was Aurelia's psychic power again? I don't even really know, do we?
Making people like her.
Oh, okay.
Perfect.
It is likely to have the unintended effect of making Chishin more view whatever she says more favorably, even if she flounders.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
That works for me.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah. Oh, worry about the moral dilemma that unconsciously making people like you psychically. I did drop it before, and I'll drop it again.
Look, it's not severe enough to be brainwashing, is all I'm saying.
All right, let's get just a couple of skill checks on this. Clearly, one of them is. Oh,
Yeah.
Farrell, go ahead.
I'm sorry. Yeah, just be clear. Yeah, Doug will approach Aurelia with it.
Okay.
I'm not too keen to roleplay that scene exactly there. So.
Sure.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, like I know we're sort of rushing to the end of it, so I'm okay with speeding this one up. But I'm actually wondering if Libra would be interested as well. Just it feels like lately she's just been sort of sequestered on the ship because of perimeter presence, and yeah, like I've seen her reading philosophy stuff and that. I know it's not the same thing, but like she's
She will.
thoughtful and yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
She does ask Chishin if her being an android it makes her unsuitable, and Chishin does not mind that at all.
Nice.
So let's go ahead and get a couple of skill checks. Clearly one of them is going to be charisma perform.
Good luck.
For the creativity, we can get charisma talk or charisma connect, and either Aurelia or Dima can roll that with proficiency.
What's the proficiency bonus again? It's +2, right?
Let's see.
Be on their. Aurelia is probably C0.
She is unfortunately only a +1, but she's gonna have a. Both of them are gonna have a +1 bonus. Dima and Aurelia are only +1, but they'll both have a +1 bonus.
So effectively +2.
Yeah.
Everything's gonna be +2.
I will assist one of them with let's say Aurelia Connect. That feels more natural, right? Because it's like an instinctive psychic thing.
Sure. Okay.
And I will try and assist her with that with my own charisma connect roll.
I do prefer the assist to be a different skill.
Okay. I'll assist with talk then.
Okay.
Or let her. Nah, I'll talk and let her connect. Just because I have the same modifier for either connect or talk with charisma as either of them do. Hey, not bad.
All right.
I guess go ahead and get in that perform.
Jackal or Ginja, or Nox, if you can open up their sheet. Somebody roll me a skill check for Aurelia as proficient with a +1 bonus. And yes, go ahead and roll Meowkin. Was that your question, or did you have a different question?
No.
Okay.
That's my question.
Okay.
All right. Acceptable.
And I think
You said
one
proficient
more.
with a +1 or
Proficient with a +1.
for Aurelia?
Douglas,
Yeah.
can you see enjoy real?
All right. And
Doug, do you want real?
none of those are a failure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be a success.
Those are all successes. The last skill check is going to be needing to comfort Chi-Shin in some way. She is as it gets nearer to the top of the tower and the people become much more personal. It's, she's no longer just describing this floor was where people that did the trash compacting lived, and this is what this floor was for. It becomes named people that she knew.
Yeah, she's getting to like this is where Mum and Steve and Samantha and yeah.
Yeah. So she's getting a little bit worked up, and she's getting spicy. She is that rain is coming out, and it sounds like she's cussing people out as she gets more upset.
The living or the dead?
Yes. Mostly directed at living people, though.
Yeah.
The
Okay.
people that are all helping.
Okay. Doug, how's your connect skill check?
0.
0. Okay. And you're on 0 charisma as well, right?
Yep.
Fuck, I'm the best choice. I'm the better choice for this thing. Fuck.
You can still use
I can play.
NPCs.
We can, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, you
really?
know what? Yeah, let's go. Let's let Dima, Kana, or Libra do it. I'm inclined to say that because they haven't actively done anything, like gotten to roll anything.
Yeah.
Or if none of them are any good at like calming and incense Chi-Shin, then Aurelia can do it.
All right. Let's defer to the player first. Nox, do you want Kana to approach that situation? Does Kana have anything to contribute to Chi-Shin's comfort?
I think Ryokan would try. However, by the numbers of things, I am very likely to make her feel worse. Just letting you know.
Do you want to have it be a group effort where Kana and one of the NPCs are bringing an approach, and Kana is effectively, like in the mechanics, aiding somebody else's check, but is leading the narrative?
I think it would be better if Ryokan played a supporting role in here.
Okay. Who do you think best? Who do you think Kana best supports in this? Libra and Dima have been nominated with Aurelia as an alternate option due to her psychic.
I would say Dima.
Okay.
Dima is probably the one that is most able to kind of like explain the feelings and things like that.
Okay. Well then, Ginja rolled for Aurelia. Jackal, why don't you roll for Dima? Before you do, Nox, give me an aid skill check from Kana. However, she's approaching it. Dima is approaching it from a direction of union, brotherhood, and unity. He's not, specifically saying union, but he is approaching it from the family perspective.
Just real quick, what is the modifier?
Dima is going to be rolling proficient with a +1 bonus.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
And I'm doing it after Aurelia? Or...
no, for Dima.
You said it was going to be before something.
It should have been after, but that's fine.
Yeah.
I think I did confuse my words, but that is going to be fine. There is still room for improvement on that. So can Kana get a 10 on something to assist Dima?
Yes, she can.
I can't believe it. I rolled a nat 12.
See, this is how you make friends and influence people.
Okay. Do you think that Kana is just kind of folding in with Dima's family with some of her own culture of
Yeah, I think so.
solidarity and community? The UIS have a fairly strong sense of everyone belongs in their culture also. Yeah. All right. Well, yeah. Dima and Kana are able to kind of help Chi-Shin through the worst of her upsets, and you spend a day performing funerary rites, effectively, for a tower full of dead people.
You know, when I first got into TTRPGs, I never thought, how do you give a funeral to a tower full of dead people that you don't know, was going to be a question I would have to answer. I think I handled it pretty well.
I think you did a great job. Yes.
The dice seem to think so, at least.
Yeah.
The dice did.
It's like I keep saying, if you do what works best for the narrative, regardless of how feasible it is, the dice provide.
All right, we are a little bit past our break time, so let's go ahead and take a break.
Mhm.
And during the break, I'm going to play the. No, I'll play it when we get back. Just to
Okay.
have it on stream. Where's my thing? There it is. I don't think there's anything necessarily in particular I want you to think or talk about during the break. So enjoy a break, empty-brained.
Will do. See ya.
Yep.
Oh, what time we come back?
I'll bring us back
Low
into.
cost of 2 effort. She can. Anyways.
have brought us back into frame. Let me go ahead and play the hit, the stinger. Make sure that everyone can hear it. Let me turn the other music off first.
Would probably help.
Yes. Goodbye, Rain Lalotti ambient. Hello. Drums.
I hear.
Alright, and my recording hears it. So I'm going to play the second Hollow News Direct, even though I think all of you have already seen it, but still just to have it on stream and to get the discussion in real time.
Yep.
Welcome to today's episode of Hollow News Direct, brought to you this 20th of May, 3251.
Over Halaya, opposites do not attract. Once rivals, then promising allies in a new day of cooperation, the Reform
Percy, you're
Advocacy
echoing.
Syndicate's promise
Right.
and Straight Up have been knocked out of further discussion after putting forth competing and conflicting positions. You can only have one or the other, a Galactic Mandate representative sneered in irritation. The choice is yours. His tone set off what both groups later described as a good old-fashioned hoedown. Subscribe for hidden camera footage and for detailed review of each rad's brawling prowess.
Local legend Dylan Ray of Double Sue viral fame has blah 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 boring. Some old addict mixed aliens and drugs, and now he's in a coma. Big surprising moral. Don't mix aliens and drugs, people. Done. Moving on. Nobody's asking the real question. Are you the right Raza?
Galactic Mandate and Wayne Gang Enterprise celebrate the signing of an extensive limited policing agreement with a grand event, tentatively scheduled for May 25th. I was inspired by these folks here, he said over grainy footage of a shootout in one of Gorman 1760's cargo docks. And I want to invite them as guests of honor. I might even have some work if they're not already booked. And don't worry, I can pardon them. I made right sure of it. An offer I'm sure Mr. Wayne will see many pretenders try to claim.
New evidence in Perimeter's investigation of the Red Cliff Sandwall collapse has called to question the cooperation of Mercure Corps. Caught on video hours before gunfire erupted, a lone individual later revealed to be a Mercure Corps operative, was seen accessing a sandwall entrance mere hundreds of meters from where it collapsed. The actions of the operative, now deceased, are still under review.
That's it for this edition of Hollow News Direct. From all of us here at Artemis Black Network News, thank you for watching.
Find me in Aldrima.
You know, I was about to say, Ginja, didn't you say that there was like 2 messages? I only heard "Find me in Aldrima." Oh.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. Like, yes, there are actually 2 here.
You know, it's probably just like coincidence, but it is a little bit disconcerting how good the mix of nobody's asking the real question, "Are you the right Raza?" works. Like, holy shit. Like, they probably didn't hack and edit the news, but what a fantastic coincidence.
So,
like, hats off to you, Dick. That was good.
Thank you. It's I think voice analysis has probably been done, and you can confirm that the blah 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 reporter is the same as the tongue click.
But the Aldrima one's not?
And also the same as the Audrima one. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the Hello Raza tongue click is the same as the Argue the Right Raza and Find Me an Audrima.
Right, so it's the same person speaking all of them?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I just wanted to clarify, is it the same person speaking all of them, or were they all put in Beth's segments, or both?
It is the same person, and that is a reporter identified as Beth.
Huh. Huh.
And updating your previous.
Interesting.
And I'm updating this one too, because I can.
Okay, The news report has reminded me that I do want to head back to Gun sometime, just so that we can see what Colin Wayne wants with us.
Alright. And Ginja, analysis of the injection code, basically the delivery code. I guess not injection code. The delivery code is similar to the last one that delivered only that snippet to the Raza.
Yeah.
It's and having seen a second of these Hollow News Direct, Artemis Black Network News is using some very advanced coding algorithms and computer word things that are allowing them to very nearly on the fly cater content to the recipient. You know, the news comes with a whole bunch of other content, of course. These are just the highlights that you're getting. And the video that is fed to you is catered to you as an identified or as an identifiable entity.
It does beg the question then, how long was someone trying to get, like, it was only when the new Hollow News Direct format came on, that was when they started being, like, we started getting messages. How long before that was someone trying to get in touch with us? And it just wasn't the right format for us to get it sent over.
That's a good question.
It's a question, all right.
All right. Well, prod us along here. You can certainly return to pondering the news, but at the moment, I'm going to ask, what do you want to do? You've finished with the tower, you've gotten everything that you can from it, and you've put good use of those bespoke parts into your gun. In fact, you should be fairly well on your way to having it repaired. Got probably about 2 weeks left of the bespoke parts cost, right?
I applied 7,000. I feel
Right.
like the extra day of the service should be a day of rest.
Okay.
I know Doug wants it to be impact. He doesn't want a thing callous or anything. So he said people can rest that day.
Okay. So then, yeah, you finished with the salvaging on 5/21. The news came right on 5/20, by the way. And then you can have spent the 22nd completely for the services. Is that what you mean?
Yes.
Okay.
I think so.
Yeah, you basically want to not have any ship work or anything else of real work happening on that day.
Yeah.
Can we get the sector map next?
I'm sorry, can you what?
Sector map.
Yeah.
Sector map.
It's for you over there.
Okay, so I think the next place that we were thinking about going was March, then Aldrima, right?
Something like that.
I would like to stop by Gun on the way. Like, it's only, what, 4 days away? Which actually works out really nicely. Because how long does a 3 hex jump take us again?
Azzy to gun, 2, 3 hexes. So 18 days divided by 5 divided by 2.
So divided by
Is
10, so 1.8 days.
1.8 days. Yep. Is basically 0.6 days per hex for
Okay.
Kana.
Okay. How do we feel about sticking around and taking up the guests of honor invite to the signing of the? I suppose we wouldn't really know what the limited policing agreement is and whether we're in favour or not. But grand event, guests of honor. How do we feel?
It is scheduled for the 25th. You would arrive in time.
We would arrive in plenty of time. We could even take a bit of I don't know, shore leave at Gun, I guess. Some of the crew didn't get much or any at Mona.
Well, we pretty much let everyone get a few days there, didn't they?
Yeah, more or less. Your crew is good for shore leave for now.
Okay.
They of course wouldn't turn down more, but there's nobody that's particularly itching. You've resolved the crew crises that I've rolled.
Okay.
Quite well, in fact.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna lie to you. I do want to poke this event thing for May 25th to see what happens. I want to poke it with a stick.
I would personally prefer to skip it, but I suppose I won't be too put out if we swing by.
Do you want to, Viral, do you want to poke it more than you want to raid Union spare parts stockpile?
Oh, right, that.
That is still an option. You would have to go through the act of planning it. It would be a heist, of course. I know that some of you really enjoy those.
I guess the question is how.
Admittedly,
I guess it's a lot of weight to heist, isn't it?
That'll be part of the challenge, yes.
I enjoy a good heist as much as the next person, possibly even more than the next person. However, we do have a lot of stuff already. We have just discovered a fun new rule that can get us a bunch of spare parts more easily than raiding Union for them.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at on the heist part now. It's like, because I mean, well, we're talking about like over 100 tons. We're hoping to get like over 100 tons for something. And it's like that's a lot to heist.
Yeah, like the spare parts element of that has gone down to being a garnish rather than being the main point. You know,
Aw, unintended
like if
consequences.
we get some spare parts out of it, cool. It's still very much worth it. But we're mainly
We
going
also
into
didn't really collect any information. I assume like sensors wise, given the weather conditions there, you can't really collect much data on the surface of the planet, can you?
No, not really.
What's going on there?
You're basically doing low altitude flyover for your scans, and that's not getting a whole lot of area at all.
Yeah, that was kind of my initial idea. Is like, oh, while we're collecting stuff on the surface of the planet, we're collecting information, but obviously that didn't pan out because, yeah.
Now, for clarity, the heist would be at Henry Station, where they've presumably already collected a stockpile into neatly packaged crates. Hopefully.
The question being, how many of those neatly packaged crates could we fit onto a ship?
Mm.
And the answer is probably not all of them, which is sad.
Or probably more to the point, how many could we put in?
Well, we're doing a heist. We're definitely
overweight.
I mean, no, if we're doing the heist, we're definitely just gonna ditch all those metal ingots. I'm not even sure we should load those things up.
That's like real metal ingot.
Half of our cargo for 100,000 credits, which sounds like a lot of credits.
I mean, it's worth putting them in if we've got the space, but they're probably the first thing to come out if we don't have the space yet.
Well, if we do want to still do the heist, we wouldn't have them loaded up because we need that space.
That's fair. I'd rather stop by the grand event on the 25th than do the heist.
Yeah, I think I'm fine with skipping the heist unless Dex really wants to do it.
Yeah. No, it's fine. It just means that he gets to keep the heist preparation and put it on the next station that we've run into that we want to heist.
I will help you with your decision. I haven't prepared the heist. The preparations. If you wanted to do that today, the rest of the session would be you gathering information, and then I would be preparing it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm fine with skipping the heist then.
I haven't really heard much from Ginja, Jackal, or Nox about this. Celebration? Heist? Neither?
Don't mind.
I am a huge fan of the heist, but I'd rather we get things rolling.
I am much the same.
I'm assuming we're not gonna keep the junk parts, right?
Yeah, but don't think so.
Or wait. Okay, I'm gonna figure out how many of those ingots we can carry then.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so my question to the group then is, does two people greatly in favor of heist but would rather get things moving, two people who are neutral, and one person who wants to go to the celebration that's on the way to the thing that we wanted to do, does that average out to the celebration or not? If we end up skipping it, that's fine, but...
I mean, we can do the celebration if it is of interest to people, because
Yes, that kind of feels like it's only me that...
You don't want to deny anyone fun.
It feels like it's only me that's like actively in favor of stopping by the celebration. I don't want to drag everyone, and there will be fun stuff past there as well, I'm sure.
I don't entirely understand what the celebration is doing. What it's all about.
That was Colin Wayne throwing a party for us with that the whole slavers thing at Gun.
That
was one of the news articles.
My understanding is that he's like increasing police powers or something to raid other slavers and catch them preemptively, inspired by our shootout. He wants to invite us as guests of honor and may even have some work for us if we're not busy. And he can pardon us, so we're not going to get arrested if we go back.
Allegedly.
It's not allegedly. He's confident of it. He made right sure.
That is true. He did make right sure.
It's not like we can't just immediately dip them in. We don't like what's going on.
Yeah, I'm gonna move you guys over to a blank gridless grid. And unless you guys have already, in the time that it's taken me to prepare this, decided, I'm gonna create 3 boxes for you to put your tokens into. And we'll just make a quick vote. One of the options is straight to Ojma, right?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. One of the options is heist, and then ... And one of the options is Gorman. I'll just call it Gorman.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Go ahead and place yourselves in the box best representing however you want to vote, whether it's in character or as a player.
Oh, I guess in character.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't want to place any kind of restrictions on whether it's an in character or out of character vote this time. You all seem fairly mixed on kind of how you want to do it as players. So if it being an in character decision helps you gravitate towards one over the other, then make it an in character.
Yeah, I'm gonna kind of go out of character on it. I think Doug would be fine with doing the celebration thing, but yeah. I guess either way, I think we're still planning on swing by March, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. March is included in my assumptions for the Algebra box.
Yep, I'll just clarify, just confirming.
Because you did ask Cassian for information, and you do at some point need to go back and pick that up. He hasn't contacted you about it yet.
Yeah.
I believe it is time to test a HoloNav display. I think so.
Well, it's looking like I'm outvoted. Straight to March then.
Okay.
What's the time frame?
So it's currently the 21st. It will take us like the 22nd to get to Gorman.
No, 22nd is today. You did services on the 22nd.
Yeah.
Okay. So it would take us until the 23rd to get to Gorman, right?
To the 24th approximately.
To the 24th.
And I'll include the fueling with that.
Okay. Yeah. So we refuel, spend the night there, hit the celebration the next day, and then dip and head for March.
So we lose like 1 day over it.
Pretty much.
Unless things go sideways.
Unless things go sideways.
If things go sideways, we have one of the fastest ships going and a teleporter, who's also an insane pilot.
If things go sideways, we can just leave.
Exactly. Yeah. That said, even if you're in favor of Gorman, it looks like we're heading past it, which is okay.
Yeah, it feels like the decision is leaning there more because, not because the Gorman side trick will be uninteresting, or that it'll be challenging or dangerous, but more just because Ajma is where you guys want to be. It sounds like people want to see what's going on over there, and why is Beth saying to find her there?
Yeah.
It's also kind of been our plan to go there for a long time now, since before we went to Mona.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get a fighter and particularly shoot some like him in traffic, because we can always stop. We can always stop by Gorman later on and say, "Hey, yeah, so those people you're looking for, yeah,
Well, we're passing to the system. We're passing to the system anyway, so we could just drop them a line as we're leaving.
Yeah, we could.
Just hey, let them know. Hey, sorry, we're not gonna have it. We're not gonna show up for the party. We are otherwise engaged.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it works.
Go ahead and put that into the in-game text if you want to make it any more elaborate than what Meowkin just said. Otherwise, I'll just note that you dropped a line and is basically exactly as Meowkin said.
Yeah. I'll write something up, unless anybody else particularly wants to do it.
Yeah.
Have at it.
Okay.
And with that, I'll move you back over to the map.
Who would this line be getting sent to? Like, would it be to? I don't know. I assume we can't message Colin Wayne directly. Like, hey, so funny story.
You can send a message to Colin Wayne. Just expect that it is probably going to, because he's taken over as basically well, because he owns the station and is the administrator. He hasn't basically taken over as administrator. He is the administrator of the station now.
True.
If he's taking on the actual function of that job instead of just treating it like part of his gang, then his mail is getting read by functionaries.
Okay.
So keep that in mind.
That's okay.
I don't think that really changes the contents of our message. We're never going to give anything up in it.
Yeah, I'm sure.
You say that.
All right, so 24th, arrive in gun.
Wait, sorry, just quick one more question. I suppose that's it. Well, out of chronological. No, I can think that's where arriving. How likely is it that our faces were on camera at gun before?
Analysis of the video that was shown in the excuse me, the Hall News Direct. You know that the cameras they have installed there were better, and you can make a reasonable assumption that there was some effort blurring and making your faces unrecognizable by whoever released the tape to ABNN.
Nice of them. Very nice of them. Professional courtesy. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
It also tells you that if they thought there was a need to blur the faces, they probably recognize your faces upon seeing them.
Good to know.
Yeah, it's like they know who we are, and they know that we don't want other people to know who we are. Therefore, they blurred the faces.
But try to do it in a subtle way. That didn't look like they were just blurring faces. It was just bad video.
Looked like just bad footage. Yeah. Nice. Very cool.
Would it be? Would it be bad to say that we'll swing back around sometime when we are more free?
That seems reasonable.
All right, so you arrive in gun, you refuel. Actually, you probably don't need to refuel there if you don't want to. You did have the extra fuel tank in the Raza, right?
I don't think so, no.
I keep thinking you do.
No, we don't have any.
Okay, you arrive in gun and refuel. And are you just making a double skip from gun to Pana to March, or are you going to jump straight from gun to March?
Depends on how the test, what the holonav went right.
The holonav display seems to have been a functional and effective tool, aiding Kana's jump from Azi to gun. Now, you already had a rudder for it, and that arguably makes the test worse, but also arguably makes the test better because she could directly compare her experiences with what the nav is showing now. You actually have a point of comparison. And since that was just so recently made, not less than a week ago, about a week ago, it's very fresh. It's very easy to compare the rudder in your system and the experiences, the weather and the phenomena effects in metaspace from the jump to AZ with what you're seeing on the holonav display for the jump from AZ to gun. And I will say that of course you can decide how confident your character is, but I'm telling you, as GM, it's a damn good likeness and display for you.
It works as advertised.
Yes.
What's the DC of the check?
The DC of a check jumping without rudders from gun to March will be 13, 14, 15. 15.
Hmm. Can I roll average?
We have the utmost faith in your abilities.
You do have a reroll from alternate outcome.
We do have a reroll from alternate outcome. Fuck it, we roll.
What's the worst that could happen?
We die
Anyways.
in space. The ship explodes.
Anyways, you wake up in a stasis tube.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome to cycle, whatever it is.
Oh, that'd be great. All right. So is anybody capable of helping Kana with a difficulty 15 check without using the pilot skill?
Theoretically, yeah.
Okay.
If there's some computer wizardry that Das can do.
Oh yeah, there's a whole lot of computational data and garbage that is filtered through the computers for a spike drill, and Das could certainly try and help deal with all that.
Okay.
It's not hacking.
Yeah, but it doesn't need to be.
Point. That's a joke.
Oof.
Oh wow! That is the lowest I've seen Das roll in a long time.
Yeah. I mean, it's not the lowest Das has ever rolled, but that's pretty low. I'm gonna re-roll that.
Okay. Oh.
Close.
But wait, I believe I said that the mod also affects aid checks.
Did you? Oh, cool.
I'll double check that. I don't want to give you undeserved bonuses.
Checks related to spike drills while entering metaspace. I mean, you know, rules is written. You gotta stretch it that way.
Yeah. So that is a 15 and gives Kana a +1.
Nice.
So it's kind of like, you know, rounding everyone up to, you know, hey, maiden voyage.
That's a good question.
God.
I mean, Das obviously knows something's going on.
Yeah.
Just
I suppose Doug would probably be Doug's probably pretty in touch when we're doing metaspace or we're doing spike drills, right?
I'm sure.
So I suppose I'm in engineering.
Well, I'll say that at the very least, Doug is familiar enough with spike drills to know when you're traversing familiar currents or not. Just based on how the engine currents go. Like there's certain things that have to happen for the longer
I mean, there were certain things that it was like particularly early on with Kana, it was like, you know, that caught his attention.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I suppose I'll be helping with fix. That's all I'm asking, so they're helping.
Yipkin has told Doug and Das specifically. Everyone else is learning about it either when Doug or Das told them, or when it comes on the intercom that the spike test is going to be initiated.
A spike test? Okay.
Alright, I'll get my +1. And I suppose fix intelligence, yeah.
Yeah, you can go ahead and roll too.
No, I'm not helping. God, I keep rolling 1s and 2s.
Yeah, wow. My first roll was counting as well.
There's probably not going to be
I got to drop the 1.
There's probably not going to be another scene that I need a reroll, right?
No, this is going to be its own scene.
Or is the whole spike drill going to be one scene, and should I save it for when things go wrong?
It's okay. You still have me.
If things go wrong the first time, there isn't going to be a second check.
Okay.
There isn't going to be a second check to do it with because that's just 3d6 flat.
All right. Still don't make it. That's okay.
Okay, so I zoned out right for a second to hear if this fails, we're not going to be another second check. How worried should I be?
It's fine.
Be very worried.
It's fine.
You were just
it's probably
the
fine. Look, the Holonavgas is a +1 on the mishap table too, so it's fine.
Yeah. That was a lot of noise. I'm defaulting to yes.
Das already did make the aid check, so Doug's effort there was symbolic in nature, and Doug is helping. Because you can only get 1 + 1 from assist.
Oh, I knew that.
I absolutely appreciate you wanting Doug to contribute.
Well, I don't want to like get that mishap by missing it by 1. And then
so bad.
And then thinking, wow, if only I had helped.
Yeah, no.
I gotta make sure I don't have that regret.
Yeah.
So before Connor rolls, and you do get the +1 from the aid and the +1 from the mod. I've been reminded that I may not have really expressed the flavor of spike drills in this cycle, and so I'm going to go through a real quick pre-drill sequence before you roll. Of course, the computer already puts up yellow alerts, unless you specifically tell it not to put up alerts. It puts the ship into yellow alert and announce that a spike drill is imminent. This gives the crew about a half hour to finish what they're doing, get themselves into safe places and strapped in, because the initial parts of a drill can be bumpy. And as in the final couple of minutes of the spike drill, actually not a couple of minutes, the final say 5 to 10 minutes of initiating spike drill, the gravity fluctuates. It mostly decreases because the spike plate that is running parallel across the ship's plane, which is providing you the secondary benefit of gravity, that really is its secondary function, is modulating the anti-gravity field or the gravitational field around the ship so that the ship can shear between 2 turbulent planes of gravity, or the gradients of gravity. There's some pseudoscience technobabble that all goes in there, but the results, the effects for you guys are people get into stations and crash couches, and for 5 or 10 minutes experience 0G or close to it. It really is close enough to 0G this far out in the system that it may as well be. You slowly fall back to the floor of the ship.
Mind if I cut in?
I'm sorry? Yeah, go ahead.
Mind if I cut in? Every spike drill that Myokin has made on the ship has been punched faster. So it would go in the 15 minutes as opposed to the half hour. People get into their crash carts, they strap in, and at the time that the gravity should get a bit wonky, nothing happens for about 10 minutes. And then things start to kick in. So this is an uncharacteristically slow jump.
Yeah. Actually, since Kana has taken the helm, I did forget about that. She has been rushing the drill, so reducing it down to like 15 minutes. And people have gotten used to that with Kana piloting. This is back to a normal length drill prep.
Those are really awkward 15 minutes.
That's just like something's wrong.
Did the drive break?
Are we okay? Did she have a stroke at the pilot seat?
Somebody asked, did we take on too much cargo?
Too heavy to go into spike.
All right, and then let's see that roll from Kana.
Holy shit!
There it is.
That's like just barely above average roll. What the hell?
Yeah.
What?
That focus is insane. For,
what?
Starfare actually is so big.
Oh my God. Also, I will BRB in like less than a minute.
Okay. the ship smoothly enters metaspace, and once within metaspace, gravity reasserts itself very quickly. Part of one of the most common failures of a spike drill is that the ship can't reassert its three-dimensional nature in multi-dimensional space quickly enough. And gravity is a large influence on that reassertion. It's all physics well beyond my ability to explain. Um, but again, I can narrate the effects of it in that if somebody was not on a crash couch and decided to play around on the ceiling like Kawana may have done at least once,
Or
then
gotten up early because they were thinking, wait, why isn't it going yet?
yes, or gotten up early because in this specific time there's things taking too long. They are very quickly reestablished to a gravitational fluctuation between the 75% and maybe 120% of Earth norms. So they fall.
Physics well, I guess physics was already asserting itself. Gravity reasserts itself.
Yes.
Gravity exerts itself harder.
Also, I do love that gravity is just a convenient side effect. The spike drills.
Yeah, it's like here's a cool engine, and also it creates artificial gravity.
Not what it's designed for, but you know.
Yeah, it's not designed to do that, but it does it.
I mean, technically, it's designed to do that.
Where did we jump to?
Well, the important part is the faster than light travel there. Of course, I guess the Raza does boost faster than the speed of light anyway.
What was that question, Nox?
Where did we jump from and to?
You jumped from gun to march, and I'll draw you a little line.
Okay.
We now have that rudder.
You now have that rudder.
And I
Going
sent
to
off that
come
message
back.
over left.
Onto the
Sounds like-
intercom.
Wait, what's the pilot asking where do we jump from and to?
This was a jump test. I had no idea. No, I'm joking.
Simply going too fast to actually pay attention to where we're coming and going. Just go.
Hey.
And Kana's going to come up on the intercom and says, good evening, everyone. This is your pilot speaking. Sorry for the uncharacteristically slow jump. We were quickly testing out the new navigational tools. Everything should be normal from here on out, and you should be free to leave your seats.
All right. The journey should take 2.4 days at Kana's speed.
That's hilarious.
And not a whole lot is happening amongst the crew on the ship. Morale is high. Chief
Nice.
Shin seems less snippy with people, so you know there's that.
Cool.
And she has received an outpouring of support because Dima couldn't leave quite well enough alone.
Of course he couldn't.
Uh-huh. And so there's she's made some new friends.
I was hoping that that would be one of the results of this. That's why I wanted to push NPCs to talk to her.
Yeah.
I was hoping.
All right, I see that, Nox. Thank you.
Also, please, nobody panic about Percy revealing his face in conjunction with the ship name to an authority figure. I'm sure it's fine.
Yeah, I spotted that. I was thinking,
Hey, how else am I going to prove that it was us?
True.
Dave could be any old bot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have just connected Rattling Saber to yourself, and yourself is already connected to Raza.
So you may as well just bump the drive.
Yeah.
The Raza vanished. This is an entirely different ship. Nobody can make me admit otherwise.
An entirely different ship that, on visual inspection, that's the Raza.
Yeah, an entirely different ship that looks the same and has the same crew, and the same mode of operation.
He doesn't know the rest of the crew. The mode of operation is very different because when was the last time we hit an authority figure? And if the ship looks so similar, why is nobody identified as yet? I mean, okay, that's the thing through the news.
They kind of did. Everyone basically did.
They're just not saying the quiet part out loud yet.
Then why has nobody tried to shoot us for that? We've been nearly shot for several things. Why has nobody tried?
Because they're scared we'll shoot back.
Yes, because you're the Raza.
With the guns we don't have yet.
Okay, so everyone knows then. What's the problem?
Hang on 1 second. Oh, got me laughing too much.
Oh no, how terrible. The GM is enjoying himself.
It's more that laughing creates coughing.
Quick, somebody use no fail combination. Make him sad. Poor Shalane has a problem. You're right.
Now, to be fair, the so-called authority figure that you're citing at Gorman 1760 is a pirate who has decided to become an authority figure.
I mean, he's still an authority figure, but
yes.
Yeah, exactly. This is like the safest test run that we could. This is the safest test run that we could have for revealing ourselves to an authority figure.
Yep.
Look, y'all let me write the message.
Yep. Yes, y'all did.
Most of my problem. Only mostly my problem. Only one's my fault, rather.
I'm not worried about it. It's fine.
Yeah, exactly.
By the time anyone gets to us, we'll have the big gun. Maybe.
All right. Speaking of which, on the 26th, you arrive at the March horizon. You're out of fuel and will need to fuel up. Since you presumably have safe harbor in March. Let me move you over there so we can start the music up.
I should hope we have safe harbor, but hey, you never know. Cassian could have decided that he doesn't want to be associated with us anymore. He won't have. We are too potentially useful as a deniable asset, but he might have.
Yeah.
You are pretty useful as a deniable asset.
We're extremely useful. Extremely deniable.
Yes.
Ah, yeah, I did use this. Okay, great.
Like, me make friends with notorious space pirates the Raza who have been vanished for a while? No, I would never. Meanwhile, yes, that's exactly what you did. And are currently doing. And are planning to do again. Because we are nothing if not good at customer service. I've lost track of this tangent.
Yes, you did. Let's Oh wow, this is so old.
A while ago, yeah.
Yep. Alright, we're just gonna delete all of that.
Yeah,
that's where I got my rocket launcher.
Oh yeah.
And it's
that's
one
what the
round
danger
of
trading was.
ammunition.
We got him throwing a rocket launcher into the deal.
Yep, and this is where Demon got new legs.
Yep, and where we got new crew.
Dink.
Or acid cosplayed, quote unquote.
and where Doug got a new hole chewed in his ass for only bringing one rocket launcher shell. Why would you even do that?
I didn't realize it didn't come with extra rockets.
It's fine. I'm fine. I'm over it. I've grown and matured as a person, and I've also taught him to bring more than one round of ammunition.
Alright, so are you proceeding to Lamiera? Are you going to take advantage of the fact that you are also known as the Raza here, even if they log you as the Rattling Zopper, because they know you can land? Are you going to take advantage of the invitation to land and enter the city of LaRue?
I think So, unless anyone has any major objections to seeing Cassian at the final hour.
How far away was? Well, let me see. The shipyard. We need to negotiate that with Cassian, anyways. And I'm trying to remember that we can't work on the weapon and spike drills, right? Or transit in general. I can never remember.
This specific one, because it interacts with Metaspace, no.
Right.
Mm.
Okay.
I remember I made that restriction. The spike drive and weapons that interact with Metaspace in some way, which are going to only be pre-tech weapons, pretty much, can't be worked on in Metaspace now.
Okay. But we did get a day in Gorman, right?
Yeah, and you're getting one more day here to refuel while you refuel and make your way to the planet.
Okay. And then I guess, like I said, we'll see whether we do the shipyard or not. But by the way, that's just the Casco. Yeah, I think I'm fine with landing.
Okay.
I can't imagine what goes wrong.
Is there anything in
know.
particular you want to do, or are you going to go see Cassian? Are you going to try and catch Zoe out again?
I guess Elise, right?
Does Elise
wants to
want to
corrupt the
continue
youth?
trying to subvert Zoe?
Mayhaps a little. Mayhaps more than a little.
Corrupting the youth.
Mayhaps, absolutely.
Okay.
Mayhaps anarchist besties.
Look, all I'm saying is, she seems like less of a brat than last time.
I knew that we could be friends. Let me introduce you to Acid. She also wants to kill the world.
Oh my god. Oh dear.
All right. So let's focus on one thing. What is the first thing that you want to do now that you're back at La Miera? Oh, and I also want to make an aside. You can do shopping here. You can get cybernetics here. I think the same restrictions I gave you as last time apply. No power armor. No TL5 stuff. If it seems questionable that you'd be able to buy it here, then it's probably questionable, and just ask.
Yeah.
But do so in text, please.
Yeah. Oh.
So yeah, shopping expedition. You can also unload anything that you want to sell.
Well, I think the first thing we should do is try and trade off the stuff that we have.
Okay.
Trade off the heavy stuff, right?
Trade off all the stuff, but especially the heavy stuff.
Sure,
Yeah.
sure. Trading is supposed to take a week, but I'm gonna take a little bit of a page out of Jackal's book, actually only half a page out of Jackal's book, and reduce that down to just a few days.
Yeah. I mean, we're planning on staying here for a while to get this stuff fixed up, aren't we?
You
Maybe.
might possibly, yeah. That's an option you might have.
So without the shipyard, it'll be about 2 weeks of work
Mm-hmm.
at this point.
Right. Yeah. We probably should talk to Cassian before we do that then, just in case we can get to.
The shipyard, I assume, would at least double that.
And if you remember right, or if you remember, Cassian did say that the presence of weapons made it a more difficult sell. So the fact that you're trying to repair weapons might make it even more difficult. Like that was part of why it was difficult for him to get that negotiation.
Finagle us in there.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't straight up he doesn't own that shipyard.
No, in fact, the shipyard is owned by a different house completely. He had to pull some strings.
He was able to pull strings, yes.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, those strings are harder to pull when he's having them prepare pre-tech weaponry.
Yeah.
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 Okay. Maybe we should just work on it ourselves then, so that we don't need to like put ourselves further into debt. You know.
I feel like that's much more viable now that the bespoke means that it only takes 20 days instead of the 40 that it was going to.
Yeah.
Because that's just 20 days you have to spend outside of Metaspace, and that's you guys do that already. It just kind of puts a little bit of a timer on it. You don't have it immediately, but it's very quickly on the horizon.
Yeah.
And your crew can be working on that without you guys actively on the ship.
Fantastic.
Morale is high.
We love that. We love to see that.
So with all that there, what do you want to handle first? Do you want to get into the minutia of making trade rolls, or would you rather do something that might be more RP oriented for the last 20 minutes we've got here?
Oh, it's only 20 minutes.
Yeah. Unless we
oh,
go
well.
over, of course, which we frequently do.
You would never.
Well, I will not be able to go over today.
Okay.
Okay.
This time
Then
for real.
All right, so we're going over. Got it.
Jackal, you've been kind of taking yourself a little bit out of the loop for this session. Do you want to take the lead on some corruption of innocence?
If you're gonna offer me the capabilities of it, sure.
I'm going to offer you the challenge of it.
Like, just what you doing? How's she doing? Let's catch up. Let's chat.
Are you trying to catch Zoe away from her handlers? It will be more difficult after you did it last time. Or are you just going to talk to her openly under open observation?
I think it would be funny to catch her by herself once more, but
Okay.
not like deliberately trying to plan it out that way or like isolate her. Just like, maybe this will sound a little bit weird, but like maybe she just went to the bathroom and I just happened to be outside the bathroom before she can go down the hallway to go back to her retinue, right?
Oh god.
Okay. I am gonna say that trying to unintentionally do that, even with precog, is probably not going to work. I'll give you a check. It will be a very high DC difficulty.
Okay.
But because you did catch her and you stressed her last time, there was some threat response that she experienced, and then you told Cassian about it. Her security has improved.
That's fair. That's very fair.
I really want this to work out so that way I can go back to Cassie and say your security ain't shit, by the way.
So
You're just a white hat infiltrator.
Wait, hackers, yeah.
So
Well, I was gonna say hacker, but it's not really hacking.
Yeah, you're breaking our security system. It's hacking.
How do you imagine Elise might do that without actually planning to do that? Because that's what I'm taking away from this, is that you want her to do it without trying to do it.
No. What I meant by like not trying to do it is like I didn't also set up some massive diversion for the guards to like go somewhere else or whatever, right?
Okay, so you'll still use tools of like observation and tracking.
Yeah.
Okay.
Still doing all of that stuff, right? But like, I'm not gonna like fake a bomb threat to get the retinue to move her to a certain location and like, yeah, any of that crap.
Okay.
Nothing overt.
Well then, are you recruiting any help with this?
It depends if anyone wants to help. This sounds like a horrible idea now that I thought about it, but I kind of want to see how cool Anna would deal with this.
Oh no, that does sound like a horrible idea.
It sounds like an interesting idea. It sounds like an interesting idea.
What could possibly go wrong?
Alright, and I'm just gonna leave that in black font.
What? Do not.
I have labeled the box.
Do not the Guana.
Have you though?
I don't see any box.
It's that this one. Do you not see the text? Come on,
Yeah.
right there. The text is right there.
Yep.
What text?
That's
That's
great.
It's right
Yeah.
here.
Is there actually text there?
There it is. But it's
It's so dark. It's like black on blue space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't see any text.
Okay.
It says at least get
it's understandable. Black
Sure,
on it, so
if
it's
it has my
practically
name
a...
on it, there I go.
Yeah, I vaguely see Elise. I can't make out any of it.
It does-
Something,
it
something,
is
something
easier to
trouble.
read. It is easier to read if you
Is it
highlight
Elise
it.
getting
Like, if you're
Kawana
going
in
to
trouble?
select it.
at least getting everyone in trouble. I think.
Oh, everyone in trouble.
That
so.
this
Oh.
also doesn't help me because
Yeah.
I think.
I think you'll actually find it says L.is.
Oh, yeah. See, I had trouble typing it.
Which I just spotted before you made it that color.
There you go.
Yeah.
That was so that you couldn't just do a Control F and search for Elise's name.
Oh, of course.
Nice. Very cool.
So this is gonna be
Yeah.
cruel, but I feel like Kawana would be a great distraction, so I have plenty of time to talk to Zoe.
I thought you were trying to like pick one as innocence is the wrong word, but not entirely the wrong word.
Naivety.
Against Zoe, you know.
That's also a good idea.
Oh God.
All right. So, is Kawana part of the actual effort to isolate Zoe, though, or is she just there for the part with Zoe?
I think we're gonna go with the second one.
Okay. Yeah, she'll be much better with that part. So again, or kind of continuing the question, is anyone else helping Elise with the part where you isolate Zoe from her handlers? I'll go ahead.
I think I'm gonna leave you to it this time. I helped last time.
I'll feed you some information. Despite the added security, Zoe does seem to be able to move more freely about the city. In a couple days, you spend, or a day and a half, you spend tracking while the crew is doing trade stuff with those ingots, trying to offload them. She doesn't like she gets to go where she wants to. It seems she's not limited to occasional excursions outside the house. She is still accompanied every single time. And so, final call for any other assistance, PC or NPC. All right.
I almost wonder if you should take Libra with you.
I can take Libra with me.
Okay.
Well, that's gonna get you into more trouble.
That's fine.
Maybe.
I'll take all the NPCs on this field trip if you let me.
Are there any in particular that you think would be of use to you?
People like Aurelia.
People do like Aurelia.
Shit. Aurelia would be a good distraction, actually.
And Aurelia's from here, right?
Aurelia would be a
I
good distraction.
think she is. Yeah, she is. Yeah.
So yeah, I'll take Aurelia too.
All right. Aurelia goes on the side of people actually helping. Or Kawana.
Kawana will be helping.
Kawana is second phase help. The
Yeah,
left side is
yeah.
first phase.
Okay.
All right. So first, I'm going to call for a notice check, and anybody but Jackal can roll that with Libra. She is proficient in it. Next, I do think that well, that's just informational. Let me get from you, Jackal, how you want to like how you're approaching this. Just a quick Cliff Notes version.
So
14.
once Zoe is Well, do you want me how I'm approaching it to get her isolated, or once I've got her isolated?
To get her isolated. And actually, because that roll came up so quickly, I will tell you one of the things that Libra points out is that the drones that are technically Larry, the Lamiera police force, are also involved in the supervision of Zoe.
Oh, goody.
Well, I think it's probably just a matter of figuring out an optimal location based off usual patterns or whatever I'm seeing. One that has particularly low like cameras or other like passive observation. And then having Libra and Aurelia just try and do something to draw away attention from the maybe official police. You know, someone got a bag stolen or whatever thing that would cause them to train onto that. And for personal guards, putting them in a situation where they are forced to kind of leave her unattended. Perhaps due to some perceived threat to the security or by some like happenstance oopsie, right? Like, oh no, the bathroom door's locked and now I can't leave. I gotta wait for the maintenance guy to come. Or like on an elevator.
Okay.
Something like that. You know what I mean?
All right, I think I can work with this. Let me know if I narrate anything that is counter to your thoughts or that you think Elise wouldn't do. But based on that and Libra's roll, somebody other than Jackal or Viral, give me a roll from Aurelia. She is proficient.
No one says anything. I'll do it.
All right.
What should I call it? Is it just skill?
I want to say do something more interesting than skill, but also don't want to force you on the spot. So
I would say attention seeking, but
well, she's proficient at that too. Well,
yeah,
maybe I shouldn't have been the one to roll.
Was
it a 1 and 2 this time though?
So
I mean, I can force a reroll.
And you've got cloak powers active?
I think I have that as an option.
Well, I should ask that as a question. Do you have cloak powers, and are you using it if you want to give her a reroll?
I don't have cloak powers as an option.
Okay. Do you want to risk that one of the handlers might be psychic? I don't believe. Wait, hang on.
I do have
yeah, hold on. Wait a second. Maybe you shouldn't have brought Aurelia. Oh, actually, maybe that's an advantage for Aurelia to seek attention.
Well, I do have psychic refinement at like level 2, so I can tell on site if someone's psychic or not.
I can't remember if I've told you if any part of Cassian's entourage is psychic.
Well, I didn't have this last time.
I think you do know that Charlotte can detect psychics because she outed Elise and someone else. But anyways, she knew that Elise was psychic. Now that could have been because she knew who Elise was before Elise, but I'm giving it to you that you guys know that Charlotte, Zoe's primary handler and one who is with her 90% of the time, is able to detect psychics. That probably isn't an issue with Aurelia as long as Aurelia is not directly in the interaction with Zoe. But Elise giving Aurelia a reroll creates a metapsychically visible link between Elise and Aurelia if Charlotte is in a position to observe it. Oh, there is also Shadow's thingy.
There's a lot of psychics on this ship.
Shadow has apparently something that gives cloak powers.
That's true.
Too bad she's not here.
Okay.
True.
So, whatever. I'll do it anyway.
Okay. Meowkin, do you want to have somebody else roll for Aurelia? Or do you want to try again? Do you want to redeem yourself?
Oh, yeah. No, I'm sure I already myself. I can't possibly roll bad again.
No, it's the laws of physics deny it.
I'm just here to sabotage in the background.
All right.
Look at me, I'm helping.
It's not going to make it so that you've got no time, but her rolling that low is going to limit your interaction.
Yeah.
But similar to what you've described, there's somewhere that Zoe goes and she needs to use the restroom. The restroom is cleared before she goes, and then she insists that she be allowed to go to the restroom without observation. You know that somebody is positioned outside, so nobody would be climbing into a window while she's in there. And that the entrance to the restroom is going to be blocked and watched quietly, not bodily. They are still using more passive security. They're not physically blocking people at this point. And that's probably what creates this gap in protection that Aurelia is able to exploit by by drawing attention. She is excuse me. This much talking is not good for me right now. She is able to create just enough of a scene that Elise can slip into the bathroom. We're not even going to go into the whole tracking check because Elise has Bounty Hunter. I'm bringing that heavily into this.
It was a good pick.
It was a very good pick, yeah. Definitely learned some lessons on how to make it feel good and useful from when Meowkin had it last cycle. Sorry about that, bud. You got some good usage out of it, but we didn't use it to its fullest. And Elise slips into the bathroom. You know, for decency's sake and for the stream's PG rating sake, lol. We will say that she is finished and she is washing her hands.
Excellent.
Yeah, I think when Elise walks in, it's just the big joke is like, you did use soap, right? You're not just like using the water, you're like using soap too.
She does look immediately alarmed at somebody entering, looks over, and looks like she is about to cry out, and stills herself.
I would really appreciate it, like holding up a hand. If I need to, I will close the gap and like cover her mouth. I'd really appreciate if you didn't scream. Just saying hi.
Why would I scream? You're not scary.
Oh, cool. Great. Glad we're already on this page. How you doing?
And the soap is not the scent I would like. But of course I'm using soap. Do please keep your voice down. I have ears everywhere.
Part of me does not mind if we're overheard just a tiny bit, because it also sends the kind of message that I want sent to your father.
You're going to get me even more secured. Please keep your voice down.
Elise just kind of smiles somewhat wickedly.
Zoe's eyes widen, and she shakes her head. Pleadingly.
And she says in a little bit more hushed tone, "So you gonna answer the question? How you been?"
Very well. I think I'm getting the hang of this city management.
Enjoying yourself?
Planetary management. The future. And I will be.
Have you thought at all about what we talked about last time?
I've certainly put thought into ways that someone in my position could utilize talents like yours.
You know that's not entirely what I'm referring to, right?
Are we going to dance this little dance again?
I don't know. It depends how long you want to skitter around.
Look, we both think that we are the one in the position of power in this dynamic. Sometimes it's
And one of us happens to be right.
sometimes it's beneficial to allow the other to think that. So, yes, I suppose I have thought about how I could need your services.
So, do you have something specific for us, or just thinking still?
Oh, one moment, please. I do,
Ooh.
but we won't have time to discuss it here.
You
And
do have my contact information. Or if you want to meet in person again, that's fine. Just gotta tell me when and where.
if I have your promise of silence that you slipped through the net yet again, then we can meet. And she gives a location and time.
And Liz just says, "Trust me, they're not gonna catch on. Not for me, at least."
I hope not. There's something happening outside. They'll be here any minute. Second. Any second. Are you good at hiding? Can you hide in a trash can?
I'm not gonna degrade myself.
She smiles a little bit. Good. But seriously, you need to hide.
Am I getting the sense that I need to hide? Do I notice anything? Like people coming down the hall?
Nothing's triggering any of the I'm about to die psychic stuff. However, I'm going to push upon you an oracle because we agreed that it's okay for me to do that. Yeah, if Elise is stubborn and prideful, then she sees herself acting stubborn and prideful in the face of Zoe's. Right now, it's a tailored and maintained face, but becomes a little bit more desperate as 1 second slides into 2 seconds and then three, and then the door opens and there is sufficient enough search of the bathroom that Elise did not go unnoticed. I guess I started this on the wrong minute, because the most significant. You know what? You're getting 2 minutes out of this. Okay, 2 separate minutes. The most significant event that occurs within her time horizon with regard to this specific action of just remaining obstinate is that she waits where Zoe says to wait and does not meet with Zoe.
That's a very long 2 minutes.
Well, the second minute is not connected to the first minute.
Ah, I see. So
Non-contiguous minutes.
So first, I'm gonna get caught in here. Second, I'm not even gonna get to see her later.
Yes.
Presumably because I got caught.
Yes. That is absolutely the takeaway that the vision tells you. Please spend your effort.
Well, what are my options for hiding that are not the trash can? Or can I call on backup plan Koana?
Oh. 1 second. How would you call on backup plan Kawana? How would you?
You see, I have this really shitty idea.
Oh no.
Where Kuana has like a cup of coffee, and like as the security guard or whoever's coming to check in on this situation bumps into Koana by accident, Koana spills all over them, and then Koana does the absolute like, double down like, no, please let me clean off your clothes, please God.
Yeah, and very loudly like, oh my God, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, making a giant scene where everyone's paying attention to this person.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's viable. It will take a skill check from Kawana. She's proficient in it because it is drama. It will also take a sneak dexterity skill check from Elise. Kawana's is going to be 6. Elise's is going to be 8.
Sneak with dex.
The alternative would be a single skill check from Elise to try and hide in the bathroom. There's nowhere like really perfectly secure, but with some clever positioning and movement, she could evade a looker, a searcher, with a difficulty 10 check, and that I would allow you to roll with precog and dex.
Precog and dex is a much more enticing option to me.
Oh, you don't want to see Kawana roll a drama check?
Can we just have her do it anyway?
I think we should. I think it's worthwhile.
You know what? If you planned for her to do that, then she does that. Who's rolling the Kawana drama check? Alright, I feel like I've picked on all of you so far, so I'm gonna go ahead and roll the Kawana drama check.
Okay.
Gil, drama, yes, and no modifier. Okay, Kawana she is adorable, she is endearing, and she is genuinely sorry for what just happened.
Yeah, I can see it.
She feels bad. She knew she had to do it, and that is just contributing to the act. Because it's not an act. She feels bad. But she also feels a little bit exhilarated because of, she's being included in an operation with her idol, Elise.
And so, because Kawana did a good job, I guess I will attempt the harder check.
All right.
Of just walking out.
You can take a +1 to your check there, because she has effectively
Please,
aided
God,
you.
And thank you.
Oh my goodness!
Just barely good enough, it looks like.
That is exactly what you both needed. Well, no, Kawana rolled higher, but that is exactly what you needed. Oh wait,
Yeah.
no. It is exactly what she needed to give you a +1. Otherwise, she had simply succeeded.
Just walking through, just say, "All right, see you later." just casually walks out.
Oh, she was walking out. She wasn't doing the slipping around inside, trying to avoid
No,
the.
yeah, just walking out with the
Okay.
distraction.
Nice.
I think it impresses upon Zoe that I have been the one in control this whole time.
Sure.
More.
Sure. She's a teenager. Sure.
Okay.
I'm trying to flex on this teenager, okay? And now he's stealing my control.
I'm trying to flex on this teenager in a bathroom that I snuck into. I'm sure that'll hold up in court.
All right. So then we have got a meeting with Zoe in a hopefully private and secure location to look forward to next session. Now I believe we've got a couple of people out. We've got one person out next session. Does anybody else have plans?
Not that I know of.
Check.
I can make them.
Would anybody like to have next week free?
No, I'm doing it.
It
Even when
wouldn't
it's
be
one I'm doing
bad for
free,
me. I'll say
as long
that.
as long as the person doesn't mind us playing without them, then yeah.
What was that, Jackal?
I can do either or, honestly.
Okay. I think I heard you say that it wouldn't be bad for you to skip.
Yeah. But like it also wouldn't be bad for me if we didn't skip.
Okay.
Like I can be flexible with my Sundays, yeah.
Okay. Let me put it to myself then, because I know that Meowkin's out, and if Jackal's allowed to make other plans, then then we'd be down 2, and I would want to cancel the game. So I will put this on myself and how I'm feeling. It shouldn't have anything to do with me being sick this weekend. It's just more of the all around ongoing life happens stuff. So let me put off any decision on next week, tentatively on, unless I say otherwise. Unless I go into planning and say otherwise. Okay.
Okay.
And let's scoot real quick into review, because I do have questions for you. I'm sorry if anybody had anything else that they wanted to do or say right at the end. We'll get it next